We're the brothers from the Great Millstone, Raleigh, North Carolina camp. Before we go any further, we give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us the 100% truth according to the Bible well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful light of the nation of Israel. We're going to start off like we always do with the real 12 tribes of Israel. First and foremost, you got Judah, the so-called Negroes, Benjamin, the so-called West Indians, Levi, the so-called Haitians, Simeon, the so-called Dominicans, Zebulun, the so-called Guatemanians, the Panamanians, Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans, Manasseh, the so-called Cubans, Gad, the so-called North American Indian tribes, Reuben, the so-called Semino Indian tribes, Naphtali, the so-called indigenous people of the Argentinians to Chile, Asher, the so-called indigenous people of Colombia and Uruguayans, and last but not least, you got Issachar, the so-called Mexicans. If you see yourself on the sign according to the seed of your father, then what? You are a Hebrew Israelite according to the Bible. And as an Israelite, you need to turn back and repent before who the world English calls God, Jesus Christ, destroys America with 200 million ICBM nuclear missiles, thus prophesied in the Bible. Okay.
Yeah, Khan, like the brother Azar beautifully said, man, through the Spirit. We come here week in and week out, to prophesy the downfall and destruction of Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America, man. So we're going to get into some prophecy according to the scripture. Somebody can give me the second Ezra 15 verse before we move on to the lesson. Yeah, we're going to get into some prophecy, which the word prophecy used to say something or mention something beforehand,
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
Right, see, and that's what we're doing, man. The word behold means to look. We're speaking in the ears of the Lord's people. Who are the Lord's people? You Israelites, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians are also you Israelite foreigners, man. The words of prophecy, which is the Bible, This book has prophecy contained in it that's coming to pass as we speak, man.
Alright, quick. This Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries.
See, this is what the prophets of old was doing, man. The prophets before Jeremiah and the prophets going to be after Jeremiah, man. And during the time of Jeremiah, was prophesying the downfall and destructions of different countries, man.
And against great kingdoms.
Right, like we're doing today, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, which is the greatest kingdom ever established,
In wickedness.
In wickedness, yup. That's why it's going to get the greatest destruction.
Of war.
Right, of World War III, but we're prophesying.
Of evil.
Evil meaning bad times, calamities. That's why you got these riots and chaos going on in the four corners of the earth,
And of pestilence.
And of pestilence, man, diseases, man. You got a whole bunch of diseases that's outbreaking right now, right along with this coronavirus, as they say.
You got the new swine flu.
Yep.
Which everyone's getting hit to the whole COVID-19, that they're faking the numbers. That's why Esau is bringing in this new virus.
Well, they add on, they were saying how these nurses had sent 2 swabs up.
That were blank.
They were blank, and they come back positive.
Yep.
And then they sent like 10 more with like just bogus names and no testing, and it came back the same thing, positive.
That's right. But Esau will establish this new world order.
Yep.
Isaiah 42:9. Behold, the former things are come to pass.
Which meaning the older prophecies, right? Of the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, of Egypt, World War I, World War II,
And new things do I declare.
Right, the new prophecies, man, such as World War III, the riotous, the things that's going on in today's time, the Lord Yahushua coming back, and delivering the elect and destroying this place, us getting our nationality back, it's coming to pass, man.
before they spring forth,
Yep.
I tell you of them.
And who's going to do that? The servants, the prophets, who the Lord revealed his wisdom and knowledge and understanding to, man. You know, to bring forth his message. You know?
This is back in 2nd Ezra 15 and 1. Okay. You want them right now? Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy,
Yep.
which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
Right, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to put his spirit upon us to give us this wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the scriptures, man, to speak, you know? The Lord's going to direct us and put his spirit on us to say what we say, man, week in and week out, you know, and also on the videos.
Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Right, and that's why we got the scriptures today, man. Back in the ancient world, there were scrolls. Now, we got the entire book, you know? Easy access to the different testimonies of the prophets, man, and what they went through. Romans 15 and 4, you know?
This is Isaiah 34 and 16.
Yep.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
And what's the book of the Lord? This Bible, man. And it says and read, which means to understand or to comprehend, man. Which is only given to a select few to receive it, man.
This is Isaiah 34 and 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail.
Which means the prophecies, man. That's what this is going into. No prophecies that are contained in this book, or such as World War III, such as destruction and downfall of America, man. Ain't none of them things is going to fail, man. The Lord's not going to change his mind about the prophecies that he said forth that's going to happen. They're going to happen, man, in our lifetime.
None shall want her made.
Which means you can't make any book with this Bible, man. This is the only true living book, aka the words of the Lord, man. You know, these other books that's out here, man, it's lies, man. They got the spirit of Satan on them. That's why people get bugged out when they read them and study them.
That's right.
You
The
know?
book of Enoch.
Yeah.
The book of Japhet. You shouldn't be diving into those
Jasper.
books.
Yeah,
Jasper.
scroll.
Bro.
Jasher.
Jasher, yeah.
That's right.
Those books you guys should not be diving into them.
Right. Got demons on them, man.
I got a precept when you finish.
God. Finishing it off. For my mouth it hath commanded,
Yep.
and his spirit it hath gathered them.
Yeah, the mouthpiece of the Lord is the prophets, man. You know, in his spirit, he have gathered the prophets together to prophesy the downfall and destruction of America, man, in the four corners of the earth, worldwide, man. You know, of this Esau's rulership. You know, the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, which is the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the scriptures, have gathered us all together to do what? To prophesy. You know?
This is Sirach 39 and 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof,
Right.
will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies.
Exactly, man. You know, which is only going to be revealed to you by the prophets, man. You know? If you are chosen and Yahweh Shema Shai put the spirit in you to seek out the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the Bible, man. Because the 2/3 out here, they don't consider, like Isaiah the first chapter says, man. Therefore, the Lord's going to destroy them. You know?
If I may say, the biggest law that they're breaking, you know,
Gotcha.
is really not having faith. You know, Jake don't have faith in Yahweh Shema Shai. They don't have faith in his words and his prophecy because they can't see it. You know, they don't want to believe in it.
Yep.
You know, that's why our people lack. They're lacking faith to believe in these words.
Yep.
So they're not occupied in prophecy. They're not worried about the things that are going to happen that they can't see yet. You know, Yahweh Shai told, I believe Thomas, blessed those who have seen, blessed those who believe and yet have not seen. You know, it's about having faith in that the words of the Lord are actually going to come to pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, the scriptures say, he that believeth on me, the scripture I've said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Going back to having faith.
Yeah.
Are you finished, bro?
Yeah.
I'm reading one more time. Sirach 39 and 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High,
Yep.
and is occupied in the meditation thereout.
Yeah.
He got it.
Now, yeah, you gotta be meditating this word. You know, you should be meditating on the prophecies, what's really coming to this planet Earth. You should be meditating, you know, on the commandments. You know, how you can best please and serve Yahweh by Shema Shai. You know, understanding what the will of the Lord is, and know what needs to be done in order for you to receive salvation in these last days.
Yeah, kind of. I was going to say, that's why we study to show ourselves approved, man. You know, that's why we can come out here week in and week out to break down these scriptures correctly and directly. Starting off Waterhead Apostle and Elders of Great Millstone, because the Lord put the Spirit on us to study the scriptures, man. And He guides us through them to understand them.
Yeah, a workmanship that needeth not to be ashamed. And when you're occupied, you're working. You know, you're laboring in the scriptures. It tells you in Sirach, the 33rd chapter, consider not that I labor for myself only, but for all those that seek learning. You get this knowledge, you know, commit thou unto faithful men, you know, that may be able to teach others also. You know, once you get this understanding, you go out there and warn the people. Let them know what's really coming down the pipeline, you know? You got it.
He that runneth, he that readeth, how does it go? That he that runneth me.
Write the vision, make it
Yeah,
plain
yeah,
upon
yeah.
tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yep. This is Sirach 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all ancient. So this is the wisdom that kings and queens came to see King Solomon for, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It says, will seek out the wisdom of all ancient and be occupied in prophecies.
Yep. And occupy the prophecy, which is what? The Spirit of the whole shot, man. You know, going to Revelation 19:10.
Yep.
You know, and that's what the prophets, starting off Waterhead Apostle and Elders of Great Millstone, are going to be occupied in, man. We're going to be busy using the majority of our time wisely to get into these scriptures, man. You know?
That was it. Back into Isaiah.
Yeah, I'm back in 2nd Ezra. This is back in 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. We'll start in verse 3. Fear not the imagination against thee.
Right.
Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
Exactly, man. Fear not the imaginations that our people and these other nations think about us, man. You know, oh, we look like bums. You know what I'm saying? They tell us to get jobs. You know, they call us pedophiles and rapists, man. You know? And let not the incredulity of these people that talk trash about us trouble us, man. The word incredulity means unbelief, man. So what if people don't believe? You got, is that Romans? Yep.
This is Romans 3:3.
Yep.
It says, for what if some did not believe?
Right.
Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?
Right. This goes into the 2/3 of our people and these other nations, man. You know, they come up here, they say, oh, I don't believe what you guys are saying. So what, man? You know? Are you going to make the prophecy to the Lord that He set forth not happen because you don't believe? That's what He said.
Yep, it reads on, verse 4. Most High forbid.
I mean, it's certainly not, man. You know? You're not going to upset prophecy just because you don't believe, man. Because you're in denial, you know?
Let the Most High be true, but every man a liar.
Right, the scriptures, man. You know, which are the words of the Lord, which is His Bible. That's why we speak according to the Bible, according to Isaiah 8:20, because if we don't, there's no light in us, man. You know, the Lord judge us for that.
Yep. As it is written, that thou mayest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
Yeah, exactly, man. We're being justified in our sins because we're speaking according to the words of the Lord, man.
That's it.
You know, starting off by the head apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who was out there in the highways and hedges right about now, man. Doing the same thing we doing. Preaching out of the words of the Lord, which is this Bible.
I got one more. Acts 28:24. And some believe the things which were spoken, and some believe not.
Right. See, some believed it, the same Spirit's coming back. You know, some going to believe in this ministry, which is the elect, and the majority of them ain't going to believe, man, which is the 2/3. You know? That's why the scripture says, don't let that trouble you, man, because it is already written that it happened before, man. You know? They are the same spirits coming back in the reincarnation.
Yeah, they're playing their part.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the spirit of prophets are subject to the prophets.
Yep.
So they're going to come back in their lot.
Yep.
The mockers and scoffers, they got to come back in their lot.
Yeah.
So we don't get, upset too much because we know that they're fulfilling their lot.
Right.
You know?
Right.
That was it.
Yep.
This is St. Luke chapter 8, verse 50. But when Yahushua heard it, he answered them, saying, fear not, believe only, and she shall be made whole.
Exactly, man. Faith. You know? I believe this is going in a woman he was about to heal.
Raised from the dead.
Yep. That he was about to raise from the dead, man. He said, believe, man. Have faith. You know? Have faith in the Lord, man. Don't worry about what everybody else say, because I believe in that same passage that they mocked him. They laughed at him. It said, she ain't dead, but she sleepeth.
Yeah.
He didn't let that trouble him, so we're not gonna do. They're not gonna let the things that they unbelief trouble us. You know.
That's right. You know, let me go with faith is real quick. This is Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Right. It's substance mean to understand, man. Sub mean to understand, mean to stand. So faith is the understanding of things that you don't see, man. You know? You don't see Lord Yahweh Shai. You don't see the angels. But guess what? According to the scriptures, in our spirit, we know that they exist.
That's right.
Because the Lord has put his spirit upon us to have faith in these things, to believe in the scriptures, man. Which is a gift, according to Ephesians 2:8.
I was going right there if you want.
That's the spirit.
Come. This is Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8. It says, for by grace are ye saved through faith, and not of yourselves. It is a gift of the Most High.
Right. See, Yahweh Shai has bestowed onto us the gift of faith, man. Which that's spiritual power in itself. You know? Because the rest of these people, the majority of our people, they don't believe. They don't have faith. Like the brother I was going into, they have to see it in order to believe it, man. You know? And that's what's going to get them destroyed. You know? Let's see the Lord pop up, man. Hey, man, that's game over.
That was it.
Yeah, this is Hebrews 4:2. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 4, verse 2. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well unto them, but the word preached did not profit them.
It profit our people, man. You know, they're like, oh man, you know, we got to come out here in the highways and hedges. We got to face the elements. We got to deal with these people. I gotta waste my weekends. You know what I'm saying? I gotta spend the majority of my time studying the Bible. You know, what about having fun? Well, this is our fun, man.
But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it.
Exactly. See, that's 2/3 of our people right there.
Hey, laying back on what you just said, you know, when I first found out about this truth, man, I said it's a lot. I had an actual brother, blood brother of mine, I was telling him, he said, what does that benefit, man? How can I benefit from this right now, man? You know, you see the situation I'm in? You know what I'm saying? When you read these scriptures, you understand why the predicament you're in that you're in. You know what I'm saying? But Jake don't want to believe, man.
On Saturdays they do time and a half.
I know,
I can't
right?
miss camp. I
I know,
can't go
right?
out there and listen, yo. They do time and a half on Saturdays, bro.
Right.
What about Sundays too? I'm gonna be there both days making that money.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
That's why his words don't profit them. They don't see the benefits that's gonna have in the time of Jacob's trouble.
Right.
Hey, look, because what? You have to be humiliated when you come to this truth, man. You have to be brought down low.
Yeah.
And what? Jake don't want that. They want to see, okay, if I'm doing this, I want to reap the benefits of Creep Show Dollar, you know, of TD Jakes.
To be somebody.
Yeah, they want to be somebody. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to flash and stunt. Like that's another reason why, you know, through the spirit, I believe the Lord didn't keep, you know, a particular family member's mind is true, because he was, when he did start reading it, he was doing just to confound people. You know what I'm saying? Like to get on Jake, and that's not the case.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna learn this so I can go out there and hit him with this. It don't work like that, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Now you might study this guy come up, I have this way to defend the gospel.
Of course,
You know, but we just be like, yo, I'm gonna bring soon as this guy come up.
Yeah.
So he passes by, he not even gonna say anything to me, but I'm gonna bring this scripture out.
Right.
If this bald head come out, I'm gonna have this scripture up.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, you know?
You know what I'm saying? Calling them out and everything.
Yeah, no,
Hey, you
man.
ain't keeping it long.
Right, right.
You can worry when have a bald head.
He's like, what? That's gonna cause confrontation, man.
God. Real quick, Isaiah 33:6,
Yep.
in wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time.
Right, so this is our benefits. This is our advantage right here. The wisdom and knowledge that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has given us, man. Because why? It's going to keep us stable in these times, man. And it is. While everybody else is bugging out, crying, you know, begging the government for help, you know, we're sitting back stable, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua is taking care of his men. You know? So in these evil times that we're living in, the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the Bible is keeping us steady, keeping us stable, man.
Yeah. If I may say real quick, you know, having the understanding of the scriptures, you know, us actually believing in these things. Like when the scriptures say, thy servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. There's a famine coming to the land of America, you know? Food, our whole lives, we've been going to the grocery store or going to restaurants to eat, you know, but in this time, when those things are going to be cut off, the Lord said he's going to feed his servants, you know? So that takes that leap of faith, and we're showing our faith now by coming out here on the highways and byways, by laboring in this truth for Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's right.
Got something backing you up. That Isaiah 33. This is Proverbs 4 and 13. It says, take fast hold of instruction, let her not go, keep her, for she is thy life.
Yeah, meaning wisdom, man.
That's right.
You know, which only has to be given to you by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This is something that you can't buy. This is something that you can't get in your churches and your colleges. This is something that has to be given to you from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man.
That's right.
You know, so once you get it, hold on to it, man. How do you do that? Studying, reading, praying, fasting, doing what the scriptures tells you to do to the best of your abilities, man. You know?
What the scripture said in Revelation, hold that fast which thou hast, let no man take thy crown.
Yeah.
Talking about this wisdom, man.
Yep.
This oil.
That's right.
I'm gonna read one more time.
God. It said, go ahead, read it again. It
We'll
said
read it.
instruction, right?
Yeah.
The instructions that the Lord gave us,
Exactly.
you know, to keep the commandments, you know, to believe in him. The Lord said, occupy until I come.
Yeah.
Keep preaching the word. I don't care. I shall send thee on. They shall not hearken unto you. The Lord told us Jake wasn't going to listen,
Yeah.
but I still send thee on to them. Let them know. Look, a prophet has been among them. The words of the Lord are going to come to pass.
Right.
They're going to give glory to the Lord when all hell starts breaking loose, you know?
Right.
They ain't going to be, oh, Mother Nature, you know? Nah, those guys on the street corner, they spoke of these things, you know?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 4 and 13. Take fast hold of instruction, let her not go, keep her, for she is thy life.
This knowledge is our life, you know? This is we're on that path that's going to lead us onto life, you know?
That's right.
You know, Lord will be chosen. You know, the Lord chose us to be on this path, while the rest of the world is caught up in this snare of Babylon the Great. It's on the wide path that leads onto destruction.
Right.
And when she said that, I'm going to read verse 14. It says, enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men.
Yeah, enter not into the path of the wicked. The wicked, hey, what are they out here doing? Committing adultery, you know, eating all these abominable foods. And more importantly, they're not having faith in this doctrine. They're not believing in the Lord's words that are going to surely come to pass upon the earth.
That was it.
I got one. This is 2nd Ezra 7 and 59. For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, choose life that thou mayest live.
Yeah, choose life, man, which is this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, man. You know, choose that over this world, man. You know, Lord Yahushua did say that no man can serve two masters, right? So choose the path of life, which is this wisdom. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man.
Nevertheless, they believe not him.
Yeah, see, they didn't have no faith, man. They is talking about the 2/3, the majority of our people, man. They don't believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, nor do they consider.
Nevertheless, they believe not him, nor yet the prophets after him, no, nor me, which has spoken unto them.
Exactly, man. The prophets, man. You know, that's why everybody walk past us week in and week out, not taking heed according to the word, man. Because they don't believe, man. They say they believe in the Bible. They don't believe in the Bible, man. Because if they did, they'd be sitting right here asking questions. You know?
Or just listen.
Yeah.
This is Hebrews 11 and 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him.
Right, without faith, man, we already established what faith means. It means to the understanding of things that you can't see, a firm belief, you know? So without that firm belief in something that you can't see, it's impossible to please the Lord, man. Who the word ignorantly calls God in Jesus Christ, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai.
But without faith it is impossible to please him.
Yep.
For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is,
Yep.
and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
Right, aka the elect, man, the chosen. You know, there's a reward at the end of this thing, man. Us come out here week in and week out, you know, us doing the YouTube videos, you know, it's a reward. You know, Yahweh B'Shem Shai is going to reward his men for all the labors that they have done and giving them rest, man, to the elect.
I got something fast. You just said something about reward. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3, and I started. Oh man, I started at the top. Point is at 5. It says, "But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of God, and there shall no torment touch them."
And if I may say, that's part of the benefit of serving and having faith now. Because of course, those who have faith, they're going to call upon the name of the Lord, you know, they're going to receive the kingdom.
Yeah.
You know, but that benefit of serving the Lord now is going to happen when the time of Jacob's trouble.
Yep.
You know, when your government is going to issue martial law and enforce the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, upon you. You know, if you take it, you're gonna. If you try to resist and fight against it, you're gonna be put to death by the higher ups. You know, but he that saveth his life shall lose it. He that loseth his life for my name's sake shall save it. You see?
They're going to receive a hundredfold, man.
Yeah.
So it reads, verse 2, Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 2. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and the departure is taken for misery.
Yeah. They should have just taken the chip.
Yeah.
You know? Man, all they had to do was eat that pork. You know, or they're getting arrested because they didn't want to shave down their beards and wear their mask at the same time. You see? They could have just done this, you know? So in the sight of the unwise, those that are living their lives not thinking about the actual consequences that's going to come from the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, you know, we seem to perish. Go ahead.
Verse 3, and their goings from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
Yeah, in fact, can I bring out a quick precept backing that up? Because the apostles, the disciples, they were punished in the sight of men, you know? That's, hey, we're gonna, for a testimony, was not, it told you in Isaiah the 53rd chapter, when they're prophesying of Yahweh Shai, it said it pleased the Most High to bruise him, you know? So even though we be punished, we go through things, this is well-pleasing in the eyes of the Lord.
He says who the Lord loves and chastises.
That's right. That's right.
This is Acts 5 and 41. And they departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name.
Exactly. You know, and we're going to, Lord's going to be the elect, endure to the end. We're going to have that same spirit on us, man. You know? If we get our heads chopped off, you know, get put to death, you know, get tortured, we're going to rejoice, man, because we're all doing this for the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, because the Lord did it for us, so it's only right that we do it for Him. You know?
Yep. And daily in the temple, in every house, they cease not to teach and to preach Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
Right, man, because of their faith, man. You know? They still went out and taught in the name of Yahweh Shai, man. You know, although they was strictly, they warned them not to. You know?
They were beat.
They would be in prison.
Yeah.
You know? Took
Beheaded.
counsel on them.
Yeah.
You know?
So going back, here's the point in Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 5. And having been a little chastened, they shall be greatly rewarded, for the Most High proved them and found them worthy for Himself.
Right, meaning He tested them, man. And they endured it to the end. You know? So therefore, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, who the word goes, God in Jesus Christ, rewarded them greatly, man. You know? Salvation, deliverance. You know? Those spiritual bodies, man.
Yeah.
You know? kingdom of heaven, a
That's
kingdom
right.
established on righteousness, man, being the first fruits.
That's right.
Read it again, bro.
Con. Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 5. It says, and having been a little chastened, they shall be greatly rewarded, for the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself.
Yeah, if I may say, you know, they were battle tested, you know, and let any type of person who works out, you know, they tell you the biggest battle is in your mind, you know. Hey, how you doing? So, you know, the biggest battle is the battle of the mind, you know. This is the battle of the mind, you see.
It's true.
When you're going through your afflictions, is your mind gonna break? You know, are you gonna continue to have faith? What's gonna sustain us? What's gonna keep us whole is our faith. You know, when all hell is breaking loose.
That's right.
When Peter was walking on the water and the waves were coming, you know,
Yeah.
he started slipping because of his faith.
Yeah.
You know,
He was going.
yeah, he got worried. You know, we're gonna be going through things. You know, in the time of Jacob's trouble.
Yeah.
It ain't just gonna be all sweet and dandy. It's not gonna be easy, you know? It's gonna be hard. But in the times when our lives are on the line, and the times when we call upon the Lord, you best believe He's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Lord already got angels already watching, man.
Yeah.
Scripture says the eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. So you already gonna have angels already watching. See if you're gonna crack, see what you're gonna do.
Yeah, it talks about us being chosen out of the furnace of adversity, you know?
What the Lord says in Zechariah 13 and 8. You know, he's going to bring acceptable men through the fire.
Through the fire.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we gotta go through that fire,
All right, what's
you
up,
know?
Paul?
I'm going to finish reading this. Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 6. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them,
Yep.
and received them as a burnt offering.
Yep.
And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. And that's spiritual power right there.
Powers,
man.
yeah. Yeah. After he put his elect, his chosen through hell, you know, they endured it to the end, they're gonna have spiritual powers, man. You know? Simple as that. That's that one of those great rewards right there.
That's right.
You know?
That was it.
Done. We finished out Hebrews. Actually, I want to read 11, verse 11, 7. This Hebrews 11 and 7. Actually, let's finish out Isaiah 33. Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation.
This is what's gonna get us delivered, man. And only Yahweh Shem Yahushua can bring salvation, man. Not the government, not Esau, not the 2/3 of our people doing these protesters, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, what the Deuteronomy 28:68 says, man. And that no man shall buy you. Only the Lord, man. Only the Lord can redeem you and bring you salvation.
Yeah.
In strength of salvation,
Yep.
the fear of the Lord is his treasure.
And that's only given to the elect, man. You know, those that gift. You know, those only given upon the elect of the nation of Israel, which we're hoping to be, man. The fear of the Lord, which is the beginning of knowledge, man, of the Bible. Which is going to keep you stable in these times.
Yeah, you made a great point. Only the Lord can buy us back, right?
Yeah.
It's like you go and purchase something from the store, right? You pay away with your card, and then someone takes your stuff, right?
Yeah.
And tries to get the return for it, right?
Yeah.
And they say, well, okay, you paid with a card, so it needs to go back on your card. When they show it doesn't match up.
Right.
But the person who paid with this card, with your card, they're not gonna give you that money back for it. You know,
Where your ID at?
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Your ID don't match with the identification of the person that
Yeah.
bought it. They ain't going to give you no refund,
Exactly.
man.
The Lord's the only one that bought us. He's the only one that can return us back to safety. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
You know, rough paraphrasing. You know,
Right.
lead us back to salvation. You know.
The Lord Yahweh Shai, which was the one that reconciled us between us and the Heavenly Father, man.
God.
That's why Lord Yahweh Shai is very important. You know?
And this is 1 Peter 1 and 18. For as much as ye know, you were not redeemed with corruptible things, as silver and gold, from vain conversation received by traditions from your fathers, but with the precious blood of a Mashiach.
Yep.
As a lamb without blemish and without spot.
Yeah, see, so he was the ultimate sacrifice, man. That's why we no longer have to sacrifice animals anymore. The Lord Yahushua was that lamb without blemish, man. You know? And now through him, he's the mediator, and he brings us reconciliation with us and the Heavenly Father Yahweh, man. You know, through his blood. That he only shed, started with the elect, man.
He's that covering for us.
Yep. He's our lawyer, so to speak.
Yeah.
This is 1 Corinthians 6:20. For ye are bought with a price. Therefore glorify the Most High in your body and in your spirit, which are the Most High's. Yes, so we got, now that we've been brought back, we got to seek the Lord 10 times more. You know? Now that we have that covering, you know, which really the elect, you know, but who has ears to hear? You know, the Lord said, let him come in and repent unto him, you know? Now is the time to glorify the Most High in your body, you know? Now is the time to spend your time getting built up in the spirit. Because the majority of our people, they're still serving to this devil, you know?
Right.
They're still serving the so-called white man, you know, and his gods and his false philosophies, you know?
Yeah. Come out. That's why we come out here week in and week out to present our bodies as living sacrifices to the Lord, man. You know? Because like the scripture says, we bought with the price, man. You guys looking at it?
Yeah.
You got something on?
I got something on prophecy.
Yeah, I got
Day
Hebrews
of the Lord.
11.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What you got?
Hebrews 11:7, but by faith Noah.
Finish that. Yeah, finish that first, brother.
Come on.
Then we'll go into some Day of the Lord prophecy.
This is Hebrews 11:7. By faith, Noah, being warned of the Most High, of things not seen as yet.
Right, meaning rain, man. Because it never rained in those times. But the Heavenly Father Yahweh told Noah, like, hey, man, I'm about to flood this place, man. Prepare the ark and prophesy, man, that rain is going to come, you know? And he been doing that for 120 years, or prophesying, by building that ark. He didn't let the incredulity and the unbelief of our people back then trouble him, man. He just kept doing what he was doing. He was doing his job, you know?
I'll back you up because about the rain. Genesis 2:5, and every plant of the field before it, and the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew, for the Lord power had not caused it to rain upon the earth,
Yep.
and there was not a man to till the ground, but there went up a mist from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground.
Yeah, that morning dew, man.
Yep.
That little that mist, you know, the kind of like fog on the ground. That's the morning dew, man. That's what gave the plants moisture back then. Not rain. Water didn't come out the sky back then, man. You know, until the Lord made it flood, man.
Most High is bad, man. Most High is
I
bad.
know,
man.
right? I know, right? I didn't say 8.
You know, just the water, the whole earth and perfectness, you know what I'm saying? Knowing the right amount, because you can have a garden, right? And you overwater it, what is it going to do? It's going to choke out the plant, you know what I'm saying? To a point where it's not going to grow.
Yep.
You know, you could not put enough water or not rain enough, you know what I'm saying?
Go with it.
Yeah, Lord knew exactly how much, you know, mist to spread across so everything could grow in perfect order.
Right. That's right.
This is back in Hebrews 11:7. By faith, Noah, being warned of the Most High, of things not seen as yet,
Yep.
moved with fear.
Move with fear, man. Because the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, man. So since he had that knowledge of the fear of the Lord, he did what the Lord told him to do. You know? Which to prophesy that was going to rain on the earth, man. You know? While building the ark.
Yep. Real quick, this is Proverbs
Come on, man.
22:7. It's like in 22 verse 3, and it reads, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil."
Right, a wise man will foresee the evil before it happens, man. Why? because Yahweh Shai opened his mind up to see, man, to understand these scriptures. You know, he opened his mind up, so now that he know, he's going to do the things that the Lord told him to do, man. And the word evil means a bad time. That's why we're doing what we're doing in these times now.
A prudent man perceiveth the evil and hideth himself.
And how do we hide ourselves, man? Because we out here in the public, so we're not knowing it's not talking about literal. Let's talk about in these scriptures, man. Constantly studying, constantly reading. You know, praying to Yahweh Shai to give us more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Hide ourselves in this wisdom. You know?
That's right. You know, because we're doing these things spiritually now, so when Yahweh Shai comes back with the ships, you know, so-called UFOs, we may hide in the chariots when this destruction is coming. Like it tells you in Isaiah, hide thyself if it was about for a little moment. Just as Noah hid himself in his ship, you know, when that flood was coming. And the Lord shut the doors behind him.
It starts with his knowledge,
That's right.
It starts with his knowledge.
But the simple pass on and are punished.
Exactly. Who's the simple, man? That's not a no-brainer. That ain't rocket science right there. The simple meaning the stupid ones, the foolish, are the 2/3 of our people, man. How do we know that? What are they doing right about now? They're protesting, you know, outside the governor's house, the White House, you know, begging Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, which is the wicked, not to stop killing them, give them equal rights, you know. So therefore, the Lord punishing them, man, because they're not seeking Yahweh Shai through his prophets, man. They want to establish their own ways, man, you know.
That's right. Finishing off Hebrews 11:7. Oh yeah, right. It says, okay.
Because that gospel music is playing, man. The Lord's not with that gospel music, man.
Right.
This is a quick hit. Amos 5 and 23. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows.
Right, man. Hey, that gospel music, man. You know, like the Kabbalah was going into, man. That's not the music of the Lord, man.
Right.
The real music of the Lord is these scriptures, man. You know, and the only one that's going to get in tune and dance is the elect, man.
Yep.
The one that's been called and chosen to receive this word. You know, that music up there, that's demonic, man. You know, they idolize Serapis. You know, they all in type of idolatry. They all a bunch of hypocrites, man. You know.
Got something fast. Ezekiel 33 and 32. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice, and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not.
Exactly. See, they hear the words of the Lord, the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the scriptures that we're bringing out, but hey, they don't hearken, man. They don't do them, man. You know, they might come here, they might listen for a while, but hey, I guarantee you, they walk off the block, they go back to their wickedness, man. You know.
Yeah, well, we the Israelites, we gonna receive the kingdom. That's cool, but America being destroyed, that's not gonna happen in our lifetime.
Right.
You see, they hear the song, they you know, they're like, that's cool, but you know, they don't believe.
Yeah.
You know, they don't believe that it's really gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know.
That's right.
That was it. Yeah.
Kind of finishing off Hebrews real quick. Hebrews 11:7, it reads, prepared an ark to the saving of his house by, you know, that's his works right there, you know? Also this, by which he condemned the world.
He condemned the world, man. Just like how we doing now, man. You know, we're condemning. You know, we're against it, man. We're preaching the downfall and destruction of this rulership, man. You know? Just like as in the days of Noah was what he was doing.
That's right. And became heir of the righteousness which is by faith.
See? Noah's family got saved off of his works, man. You know? The laboring, the faith, the fear that he had in the Lord, you know, he was delivered and his family was delivered, man. You know? So Lord's willing, you know, our family be saved off of us, man. You know, the brothers, they have families, wives, you know, children. You know, Lord's willing, the Lord to save him that's laboring and his family that's attached to him, man. Or friends, you know.
loved ones.
Loved
Let
ones,
me
yeah.
read this in Psalms 37:4. Delight thyself also in Yahweh by Shema Shai, and he shall give thee the desire of thine heart.
Yeah, the desire of our hearts, man, which is a kingdom of righteousness, man. You know, then after we get the kingdom of righteousness, then the women, the salvation. This is the desires of our heart in these times, man. Doing this work. And then the Lord's gonna give us rest from our sorrows when He returns, man. The Lord's gonna be those men.
Yeah, for our families to be protected and saved too.
Yep.
We're not just laboring for ourselves. We have faith, just as Noah and his household was saved.
Yep.
The Lord's willing our household to be saved. That's the desire of our heart. That's what you want. The Lord said He's gonna give it to you, but you gotta really believe that.
Yeah.
You got anything done?
Yeah, that's it.
It's Ezekiel 30, and I'll start it at the top. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord power, how ye woe work the day, for the day is near, even the day of the Lord is near, a cloudy day, it shall be the time of the heathen.
See, it's a day of destruction, man. So we come out here on a week in and week out and make the YouTube videos to warn our people of the day of the Lord. Isaiah 13:9 says the day of the Lord coming cruel, man. It's a day of darkness. It's a day of destruction and not light, man. Meaning peace.
Got another one for you. This is Joel chapter 1 verse 15. Alas, for the day of the Lord is at hand, and as destruction from the Almighty shall it come.
Yep. And why the Lord comes to destruction? Because the wickedness that goes on, man. There's a lot of people who don't want to repent. You know what I'm saying? And Esau Edom, which is the wicked, is controlling this planet Earth, and wicked is multiplying, man. So therefore, the Lord is going to bring a great destruction, man, and take this white man Esau Edom, the wicked, out of power, out of rulership, man, and establish righteousness.
You got one more? Jumping down?
Let that be the last one.
Yeah. Sorry
yeah.
for it, man.
Yeah, that's the last one.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
All right, hey, until next time, Lord's willing, step down, let the brother come up. Yahweh by Shema Shai by Shema Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom, bro.
Shalom.
What were you gonna read?
Joel 2, you want to help him out this?
Yeah, you got it.
Sure?
Yeah.
I'll help him.
That's fine.
It's Joel chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion. Okay, Zion represents you Israelites. All right, we go back to the Hebrew word to Zion, which means holy mountain, right? So it says, and sound an alarm on holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, it is nigh at hand. And how do we know that the day of the Lord is nigh at hand? It's because the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, all right, through our apostles and elders and great millstone down above like ourselves, we've been measuring the times, man, diligently, as it tells you. And matter of fact, let me just get it. In 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, it tells you, verse 1, 2nd Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently.
Shalom.
Hey, Azad, keep.
Yeah.
You want my turn? Azad, dos. It says, he answered me then and said, 2nd Ezra 9:1, and measure the time diligently, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I told thee before, okay, prior prophecies, 70 AD, all right, slavery, all right, post-slavery, World War I, II, things like that. It says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time where the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So, we're going to know that the Lord is getting ready to visit the world because of prophecies that has happened before up to now. It says, therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, you see that happening now. Mexico, okay, Mexico just had a 7.4 earthquake like last week or something like that.
Friday, Saturday.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah.
And, the Lord's been banging Issachar on earthquakes, man. All last year, I think they got hit like twice last year. You know? And then they had that hailstorm.
They had that mudslide and that building collapse too.
That's right. Forgot about that. So, you know, the Lord is visiting this earth that, you know, that he made, man. So that's why it tells you in Joel, right? It said, for the day the Lord cometh, it is nigh at hand. How do we know that it's nigh at hand? Because the prophecies are speaking loud and clear, man. You know, this year has been deemed the year of prophecy, right? By Apostle and Elder of Great Millstone, Apostle Hart, man, right? It says, where we at? Back in 2nd Ezra, verse 3. Therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and you see uproars of the people, man, especially with this BLM, man. You know, this Black Lives Matter things that are going on. Jake getting quote unquote wrongfully arrested or put to death. You know, being racially profiled, right? Got the whole earth in the uproar, man. You know. It says, look, with the COVID-19 thing, people can't go out and do what they want to do like they once used to. You know, that's causing an uproar to people right then and there, man. Slowly taking away you Americans' rights, man. Okay, and for you Israelites, you don't have no rights here. Okay. Verse 4, it says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right? So the Lord spoke of these things from the beginning, man. We're just playing it out. You know? We're just playing it out, man. This is prophecy speaking. The day of the Lord is at hand, man. Matter of fact, before I get, you know what? I'm going to go back to that Joel. It says, Joel chapter 2, verse 2. It says, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, they have never ever the like, neither should there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Why? Because of those ICBM missiles, man. Okay? What's going to happen here is not going to be done ever again, man. You know, this is going to be the end all, be it all. World War III, man. Okay, which is prophesied in the Bible, as it tells you in Revelation. Matter of fact, let's get that real fast. Because the Bible does speak of World War I, II, and III, but we're in the time of World War III, right? This is Revelation 11 and 14. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. You see, that word woe means destruction. Okay, what happened in World War I and II? Destruction, man. And that's what's coming here to America, man. All right? Let's see here. Verse 3, a fire devoured before them, back in Joel 2 and 3, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, because this place was like a Garden of Eden, man, a paradise, man. You know, before Esau came and put his filthy, slimy, sneaky hands on this place, man. Okay? It says, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. So this place is going to be left desolate, man. Okay? Uninhabitable, as it tells you in Amos the 9th chapter, man. Behold, the eyes of the Lord upon the sinful kingdom, and he will destroy them off the face of the earth. All right? It says, verse 4, the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, which represents power, and horsemen, so shall they run. It's talking about those ICBM missiles. That's what the day of the Lord is going to consist of, as well as the chariots, man. Coming down, beaming down with that concentrated fire. Okay? It says, that's pretty much it. I know the brother had quoted, before he left, what was that? Isaiah. Let me get that real fast, because he quoted Isaiah 13. And this is what the day of the Lord is going to consist of, man. And this is what we're warning our people. And look, the day of the Lord is not going to be nice, man. You know, you need to repent and turn back while you still have time. Because we don't have all day, man. The Lord is speeding up the time for the elect's sake. Because if not, no flesh will be saved. Especially with man-made E at the helm. All right, this is Isaiah 13:9. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel. See, the day of the Lord cometh is not going to be nice, man. Okay? It says both with wrath and fierce anger to lay the land desolate. There you go, man. When we lay the land desolate, it's uninhabitable. You can't live there. There's nothing to build with. There's nothing to grow, right? Can't grow anything. All the rivers are evaporated up, right? So you're not going to be able to sustain life there, man. You know? And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. The sinners of our people, man. Because that's what this word is for, right? This message is to the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the Israelite foreigners, man, who look like these other heathen nations, but their seed goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. All right, because we were scattered as part of the curses, man. Okay? And look, it said, and he should destroy the sinners, right? So that lets you know right there, the Lord hates the sin. He hates the sinner, man. Because what they tell you in church, oh, God hates the sin of the sinner. Well, if the God of the Bible, right, didn't hate the sinner, why we just read he's going to destroy the sinner out of it, man? You know? It tells you in Acts the 5th chapter, we ought to obey the Most High rather than men. You see? So let's get Isaiah 66, since we brought this 13 out. Right? This is Isaiah 66 and 15. It says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind. And when have you ever heard this message in church, man? That's why the scripture says, woe to you pastors, man, who've scattered the sheep, because you're not warning our people, man. You know? You have a heavy tab to pay, man. Okay? It says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire. We're not going to do anything. The Lord's coming with fire, man. And with his chariots like a whirlwind, what you ignorantly and willingly call UFOs, because we're letting you know what they are now. They're the chariots of the Lord, man. Okay? To render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. Right? For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. So the Lord's pleading with his sword, man. Right? Part of his sword is those ICBM missiles, man. Okay? Part of his sword is the chariots, man. Okay? Beaming down that concentrated fire, just like you see in that movie War of the Worlds, man, with Tom Cruise. Okay? People were just, evaporating, man. Did the clothes fall? Did they, I'm trying to remember if the clothes just fell off of them, or did the clothes, I think the clothes evaporated too, man.
Yeah, vaporized.
Yeah, they go back and check that out. But, yeah, man, this fire is going to do some damage, man. All right, it says, verse 16, Isaiah 66 and 16, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. See, there's going to be many of our people is going to perish, man. You know, as the scriptures tell you. A lot of our people are going to die. Why? We're going to get it. We're going to get it. This is 2nd Ezra. Chapter 7, verse 20. All right, it says, for there be many that perish in this life, right, the current life you're living in, right, because they despise the law of the Most High that is set before them, right? And how's the law set before you? Through his men, right? Starting from the head apostles, the elders, and great millstone, right? On down to brothers like ourselves, and what? We tell you about it, right? Hey, look, man, if you're smoking weed, you're going off. You're committing adultery, you're going off. You're getting tattoos, and look, don't get no more. You'll be going off. you know, you worshiping Jesus Christ because that's not our Lord and Savior, you're going off, man. You know what I'm saying? And the brothers, they get down with that too. You know? It says, and despise meaning to hate. So our people hate the laws. But the Lord said, this is not grievous, man. It shouldn't grieve you to refrain from shrimp, pork, crab, lobster. Okay, to refrain from celebrating these pagan holidays. Like today's the 4th of July, man. All right? And our people, you best believe, you got our people celebrating it, man.
Save your money.
Huh?
Save your money.
Yeah, save your money, man. All these holidays do is make you go broke, man. You know? Jeremiah 10:1, learn out the way of the heathen, man. But verse 21, it says, for the Most High give a straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment, man. So the Lord is giving you instruction, right? As we read in Proverbs, the 4th chapter, to hold on to instruction, never let it go. The Lord gave a straight commandment what to do, man, if you want to live and avoid punishment, man. But Jake don't want to avoid punishment, man. You know? Jake want to continue in their madness, man. They want to continue in their wickedness, man. You know? And we're here to warn you of that, man. We're here to warn you, man. We got a precept. Jake don't want the warning from us. This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Who does Israel consist of? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay, we can't stress that enough, man, to our people. You're not black, you're not Hispanic, you're not Native American, man. You are Israelites according to the Bible. That's your biblical nationality. And the Lord has set a watchman over you, man. You know, to guide you in that right direction, to let you know that, look, we're not in a time of peace, love, and arrogance, man. We're in a time of war. And it's a spiritual war, man. You know? Satan is trying to get your soul, man. Alright? It says, verse 17, Ezekiel 3:17, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman to the house of Israel. Right? Therefore, hear the words in my mouth and give them warning from me. And that's what we're doing, man. We're giving warning to our people of what's coming down the pipeline right here in good old US of A, right? You know, is Jake realizing they're taking away the coins, right? What is that going to ultimately lead to, man? Digital currency, man. They're trying to ditch the dollar, man. You know? I saw on the news that they said that they're not going to, give out any more change like that at the banks until this whole COVID-19 thing blows over. Well, guess what? Hello? These elites, they don't want the whole COVID-19 to blow over, man. This is going to help them usher in their agenda, man. That new world order, man. Bringing that mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, man. Okay? And we're here to warn you of these things, man. Okay, it says, matter of fact, let me get that real fast. Matter of fact, I'll finish this out and go to it. Verse 18, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speak to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will require at thy hand. Right? So if we don't come out here and warn our people of their wickedness and what's coming down the pipeline, then their blood, they're going to die, and their blood's going to be on our hand. Right? And we can't have that, man. Alright? It says, verse 19, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. And that's the plan of a prophet, man, to deliver thy soul, man. You know? And to save those that believe, preach this word to those that they're going to believe on it. But we trying to get the blood off our hands, man. You know? That's why the scriptures say, preach the word against it, and it's not a season. You know? Because this warning has to go out. It's not going out through the churches. You know? It's not going out through your community leaders. And that's why the scripture said, woe to them, man. You know? Them pastors, hey look, man, they gonna get it, man. This is Ezekiel 34, and I started top. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Ezekiel 34, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy, saying to them, thus saith the Lord power unto the shepherds, woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flocks? That's right, man. They're not feeding the flocks, man. They're not feeding the flocks with truth, man. And knowledge and wisdom and understanding the scriptures, which is able to save their souls, man. They're all about filling their belly, man. That's why the scripture said, woe unto them. Woe means destruction, death, right? So all your TD Jakes, your creep show dollars, right? Dudes like that, man, hey, look, man, they got a heavy tab to pay, man. And the Lord is coming for them, man. You know?
Like I say, all the donations they get, they don't put that money back into the community.
Right.
They buy a new Benz, a Bentley, you know? That's why the scripture says they that be rich fall into diverse temptations, you know? They over here spend all this money on themselves instead of doing the proper things that they could do to better their community.
Yep.
You know, start a business where, you know, or do this or that, you know?
Yeah.
More importantly, not teaching our people the truth.
Right. Hey, what that dude say come to America? They had a collection plate running around, and he put a little bone in. He said, donations, donations. You know? So I thought it was trash. You know, but that's how these false prophets are, man. They're all about donations, donations, donations. You know what I'm saying? But in actuality, they robbing the flock.
Yeah.
You know,
Let me say,
yeah.
can you preach up for me?
Yeah.
Matthew 12 and 30.
Okay.
You know, because I was watching the stream while I was up there. You said the Lord's coming with fire.
Yep.
You know, you got a lot of these false prophets teaching our people lies, not warning them of the actual destruction. They're actually scattering the sheep. You know. So this is how Yahweh Shema Shai once said at the end of the day. The Lord said, the blind lead the blind, they shall both fall into a ditch. The Lord set up these people, these false prophets, because this is their role, for them to receive a great condemnation for just to lead the many astray, the undesirables.
Yep. He said Matthew
12 and 30.
Matthew 12 and 30. It reads, he that is not with me is against me.
Yeah, so if you're not with the Lord, and how are you with the Lord? By teaching His doctrine, teaching about Him. You know, you got many of our people that's teaching another gospel, you know, which isn't another. You know, they're teaching our people lies. You know, they're not teaching our people the good news that we have a Savior. You know, that Yahweh Shai, He came back. He came and died for the remission of our sins. You know, that we have a chance to be actual saved and have the laws written in our inward parts and to receive an everlasting kingdom. They're not telling our people about these things.
Right.
They're doing it hand in hand with the wicked, you know? So in turn, you are against Yahweh Shai. You are against the will of the Most High. You know,
Right.
not His will, but what you're supposed to be doing out here on this earth, I should say.
Yep, it says Matthew 12 and 30. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can you use a little bit more? Get group 4 and 37.
Come.
It said, he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. You know? If you're not, how are we gathering our people? With the words of the Lord. This isn't, we're not trying to gather our people with fancy garments. You know, I believe if the Sakari group, they had the gold-plated shirts and all that. You know, to show off. Trying to show off pretty much, you know. We're simply gathering those of like mind with the words of the Lord. You know, the
Right.
true believers. That's what we care about. That's what Yahweh Shema Shai cares about. Those who actually believe in His word. You got it?
You said 27?
37.
37, yeah. This is Baruch 4 and 37. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away.
Mm-hmm.
They came gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One,
You see, go ahead.
rejoicing in the glory of the Most High.
See, we're gathering our people by the word of the Lord. That's all we gotta do. You know, it's simple. The job of a prophet is to prophesy, to preach, to exhort, to rebuke our people, correct them, show them where they're going off at. That's all we gotta do. We don't need your money. You know, we don't need anything from you. We just are trying to give you this gift. You know. But hey, if you don't want to take it, you know, if Yahweh Shema Shai doesn't want to open your eyes to take it, then we can't give it to you. Yeah, the Lord won't give it to you, I should say.
This is Amos 99, backing up what you just said. This word is going to do the sifting. For lo, Amos 99, for lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as a corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. And that's going right back into what we just read in Baruch 4. This word is what's going to do the sifting, man. You know, amongst all nations. The Lord's going to gather our people up, man. You know? Because you can't pass the pork chop, Deacon Bacon, and Reverend Ham, like the brothers in the Bahamas like to say, you know, they're not gathering the elect, right? With the words of Heavenly Father. They're gathering our people to rob them with their pockets, man. You know? See how many coins they can get this week, man.
That's right, bro.
That was on that. I got a precept for you. This is Jeremiah 23 and 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
Yeah, how do you scatter the sheep? By teaching our people lies, telling them that Jacob's trouble is not coming.
Right.
So in turn, if Jacob's trouble isn't going to come, you know, if death and destruction is never going to come to America, what does our next step need to be? It needs to build here in America. It needs to start businesses for ourselves, to build up infrastructure, you know, to have some type of wealth that we can pass on to our children. That's what happens when you tell our people that death and destruction, that America is not going to be destroyed.
Yeah.
You know, we need to fight here in America for equal rights. You know, we need to take a stand to get equality here in America. That's why it says woe unto those pastors, because they're not preparing the sheep for what is actually coming down the pipeline. That you're trying to get that job that you gotta shave your beard for.
Right.
That you gotta you can't go out on the weekend. You worry about your boss seeing you. You know, you are scattering the sheep.
That's right.
And all that is going to be destroyed. That fucking confusion. It's like,
I know, right? This is Jeremiah 23 and 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord.
Yeah, get Jeremiah 3:15 real quick.
John.
Because they're scattering the sheep by teaching them lies, you know? Thank you.
This is Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 15. It says, and I will give you pastors according to my heart.
See, the difference between the true prophets and the self-made prophets is that the prophets of the Lord, the men who we have chosen, they didn't choose to do this, you know? The Spirit was on them, just like it tells you in Jeremiah, he could not stay. You know, the word was in it as a fire, you know, and he was worried, he had to speak, you know? These false prophets, they put themselves in those positions. They take backhand deals, you know? They do what they can to try to get into a position of rank or leadership position so people can pay them, they can get payoffs. But the Lord said he was going to give you pastors. So I'm going to give you men.
Yep.
And I'm going to set them up and they're going to preach my words onto you.
Yep.
They're going to show you the way onto righteousness. You got it?
Yep. It says, Jeremiah 3:15, and I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Which are actually going to feed you. They're not going to leave you high and dry, you know?
Right.
You know, they're going to feed you with the word. They're going to build you up. Brothers going through some troubling times. What are they going to bring out of scripture? Might be going through some financial problem. They're actually going to help you. You know? How many times, you know I went to church, you know, pastors say, oh, don't expect us to pay your light bill if you haven't been coming every Sunday.
Right.
Like I said, like, you know what I mean? You miss one Sunday, dude, like, nah, you remember last week, you miss it, you missed Sunday, we can't help you pay your light bill, you should have been here.
It's crazy.
But nah, it's like, brothers, you know, we understand what brothers are going through, so we're gonna help each other, you know? We're gonna feel, we're helping one another, most importantly, by giving them this knowledge, building up their faith, because faith comes by hearing the words of the Lord.
That's right. Sirach 15:3, with bread of understanding shall she feed him, and give him the water of wisdom to drink.
Yeah, by bread of understanding shall she feed them. Talking about Sophia, it's going to give us the bread of understanding. This is a meal that we're digesting, we're intaking, you know?
Yeah.
Which is the words of our mouth speaking onto you. You're supposed to digest these words, you're supposed to take them, you're supposed to take them in, you know? And you're supposed to reap the benefits of the nutrition that's coming out from these words, you know? The benefits in eating this food, you see?
That's right.
What those other guys, what are they doing? They're feeding you abominable foods, you know? They're telling you that it's okay to serve other idols, such as Jesus Christ, by taking away your name, the name of the Lord. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run up into it and are safe. So you need that name, you know? The name is the source, you know? We need that name. Without that, there is no connection.
Got a quick one. Ezekiel 3:1. Moreover, he said to me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go and speak unto the house of Israel.
So once you eat this roll, you eat the whole roll, you know, which it tells you that roll was full of mourning, lamentation, and woe. You go out there and tell the people, this is what's really coming down the pipeline. You know, the Lord's fed up with all the games and gimmicks that's going on amongst the congregation of our people, you know? Them just commit all type of wickedness, you know? That's why he's telling us to come and tell them about themselves.
That's right.
The Lord's tired of you just giving your money to your pastor every damn Sunday to a false idol, you know? Tired of thinking that you're going to make it here in America. Nah, don't you see America's about to be out of here?
Right.
Are you not, y'all claim to be so high-tech in this society, but y'all not know financial advisors. All the financial advisors telling you that America's about to crash, the dollar's about to crash. You know, all the experts.
Right. Hey, look at it. I mean, like you said, can't you, this place is going down. Stores are closing early. They can't afford. These are funny, man. You got the helmet, the flag around, you have the thing on with the goggles, the Puerto Rican flag. But anyways, this place is going down, man. You see it. You know, stores are closing early, malls are closing early, and it's a trickle-down effect. They can't afford to pay their employees, right? They're taking away change. Now you got to pay with exact change if you're gonna pay with money or pay with your card. All of the signs of this place going down, man. Stores not opening back up because they just can't afford it, man.
I know, right?
The price of food is going up because what?
Inflation.
Well, the meat, you know what I'm saying? They're these
Price gouging.
Well, you can say that, but they're the farms are told to destroy, you know, their crops, their milk.
The supply is low.
Yeah, to put their animals down because of the whole COVID-19 thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now you see the rise of meat, chicken, and beef, all that go up, man.
Supply and demand.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The supply is low, demand is so high.
Yeah.
You go if I may say, you go to these grocery stores. Normally wings, you know, everybody wants white meat. You know.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to a grocery store and try to get some cooked chicken that's already cooked for you, it's mostly all legs.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
They show you the quality of everything that's going down.
Yeah. And then, you know, it's like you have you go to a certain restaurant, or maybe even a fast food, like Wendy's. You know, certain Wendy's shut down because they don't have beef. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So it's getting to a point where you can only order certain things from certain restaurants, man. You know?
And if I may say, look, Cooper's ain't open back up.
Right.
And look, COVID, they already said businesses are open back up. You know, just watch your capacity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Places are just saying, F that.
Yeah.
Let me file for bankruptcy. You know?
Yeah.
Do what I gotta do.
Yeah.
Because they ain't gonna make no money.
Yeah, this place is done, man.
How you expect Beasley's to make any money when they are sold out every week?
Yeah.
You know they paying the cooks in the kitchen
Yep.
top dollar.
Yep.
Now they come back getting top dollar. Nah, yo, I can't afford to pay you no more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Because we ain't getting the business.
Yep.
They just staying closed. A lot of these places are not gonna open back up. They can't afford it.
Yep.
The whole 2 months, 3 months being closed are not really getting any revenue. That's affected a lot of people. They tell you that, look, America is going down.
Yeah. And then they tell you that they're gonna replace the meat with some old factory
Yeah.
GMO, something that Esau done made up in a laboratory, and feed it to you people like it's meat, man.
They've been doing that.
Of course. But
Jeremiah 23.
yeah. Was I finished? I want
Ezekiel 3.
yeah, read some more. Ezekiel 3:3, and he said to me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then I did eat, and in my mouth as honey for sweetness.
Yeah, you hear, you Israelite. You know, you hear about we the Lord's chosen people. The Lord's going to take the so-called white man down. It's sweet, you know.
That's right.
And that's where a lot of these other Israelites can't. They stop at. You know, they only teach our people the sweet things.
Yep.
They don't tell them they're going to go through things that is going to be hard and tough. That time of trouble is actually coming. That's why, you know, these other camps, you know, you first come in, you might listen to them, you know, trying to get the feel of things. But you're going to realize these are just entry-level camps. When you start going through things, you start being hated by your family members.
Yep.
You know, your friends don't want to call you anymore. You can be like, man, I need some answers. But, you know, the camps ain't going to tell you the answers. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah.
Back in Jeremiah 23:2.
Where it says, bitter? I don't think we finished. Did we read that part?
Yeah, I'll read it again.
No. It's like, yeah.
Yep. This is Ezekiel 3:3. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then I did eat, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he said to me, Son of man, go, get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them.
And that's what we're doing. We're speaking with the words of Yahweh Shema Shai onto our people. You know? We're prophesying onto them. We're feeding them with the knowledge. You know, that's why the scriptures talk about being born again. You know? When you're born again, what does this world teach you? Don't breastfeed. You know, to use formula milk. You know?
Right.
That's not proper that's not proper nourishment, you know? And that's what our people that's what the wicked of our people are spiritually doing to our people by feeding them lies, you know? Not nourishing them correctly.
Right.
Not really showing them the way.
Yeah.
Get Jeremiah 6:16, bro.
Get it, Shamar?
Yeah, go on, bro.
You know, it's like this is what Esau does. Give you a shit burger. Excuse my rude speech.
Then put lettuce on top of it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Put some romaine lettuce on it. Instead of just eating the romaine lettuce with some cucumbers, you know what I'm saying? Some onions, you know what I'm saying? Some tomatoes or whatever. Jalapenos, black olives, you know? But he always has to subtract something that's good for you and throw in something that has nothing that you don't even need. You know what I'm saying?
I watched this one clip.
Yeah.
They literally they show you how they make lettuce.
Liquid. Yeah. It's disgusting. Liquid lettuce.
Crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, I seen it.
I was like, yo, it's fucking, and that's the lettuce that's in your You know what I mean? It's like brothers who work in restaurants, they tell you those things were grown in labs. It's never even touched the soil.
Plastic rice.
Plastic rice.
You know, our people don't understand that food comes from the ground. Food's supposed to come from the ground, man.
You saw make them in labs.
Yeah.
Okay, bro?
We got these tilapia farms.
You got it.
Oh no, I'm saying they got these tilapia farms, but you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, these things will be out in the wild, but yet you got a farm where they swim in feces water.
GMO sound.
Huh?
GMO sound.
Yeah.
That's why it tells you in Ezekiel, we shall eat our bread defiled among the heathen.
Yep.
You know, among the Gentiles.
Yep.
Everything's defiled in this kingdom, yo.
Yeah.
Brothers get sick every time they eat. I don't care what you eat. You can go all day without eating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eat something light. You still get sick.
Yep.
So Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16. Thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths.
Go ahead.
Where is the good way? And walk therein,
Go ahead.
and ye shall find rest for your souls.
You see what I mean? We trying to give our people that rest, you know? That rest, that better day is coming. You know, that we should have hope in these last days. That should be our expectation, to get the hell out of this place. It shouldn't be to stay here and build for another 10, 20 years. You know? Where's the good way? Where's the ancient ways of our forefathers that pleased the Lord? You know?
Right.
The time of King Solomon, when the earth was at peace for 40 years, you know, when everyone was living love, you know, where are those times at, you know? Read it again.
Jeremiah 6:16. Thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths.
See, that's what our people should be doing. Our people should be asking for the old paths, you know? Because everything, the Lord is about to hit a big reset. You think there's going to be trap music in the kingdom? You know? Everything that has its purpose is out of order, you know? Scriptures say what? The foundations, everything of the earth, the foundations of the earth are out of course. Music should not be putting more demons on you, you know? It's supposed to, you know, certain vibration music is supposed to relax you, you know? It's just everything to the food. The food is actually supposed to heal you, but in this kingdom, what it was to do, it breaks down your body, you know? They're putting chemtrails in the air that is basically killing you, you know? Causing Alzheimer's. You know, that's why when Jay get older, they can't remember nothing. You know? Forget who the hell their children are and everything. The damn, what happens when you have kids? They inject the mom, you know, to try to take the pain away.
Epidural.
Yeah, they putting all that stuff in you, you know, giving you shots, you know.
As soon as the baby come out, man, they're stabbing the baby with a needle, man. This man's not a demon. You know what I'm saying? When did the Lord ever say give birth and then stab him with a bunch of needles, man? This man gotta go. Meanwhile, the baby's crying their ass off. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right? Little kid we're gonna shot, they crying. Oh, I don't want to get the shot. It's okay. Just come here. Come here. Nah, he don't want to get it. I thought he had the right to choose, didn't he?
Right.
It's crazy.
And as for the old paths, where is the good
See,
way?
this is the good way, you know? Following after commandments, following after righteousness, you know? This is the way our people should be following after.
Right.
Yahweh Shah said, I am the way, you know? We should be following after the ways of the Lord. This is the wave, you know? Righteousness. This should be the wave anyway. You know, serving Yahweh Shema Shai, receiving instruction on how we actually are supposed to live down here on this earth. That's why the Lord gave us the commandments so the earth could run as a paradise. You take all the damn pigs, you wonder why there's trash everywhere in Babylon. You know what I mean? Trash everywhere, yo. Ain't nobody even. If you had the pigs around, they'll clean that up. It's crazy. Got homeless people out here, yo. We gonna have homeless people in the kingdom.
All right, you talking about a pit.
I know, right? You gonna have somewhere to lay your head.
All right.
It says, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls.
Yeah, walk therein. So once you hear the prophets, breaking down to you what you should be doing, you should be walking in these things. You should be actually doing them. Okay?
But they said, we will not walk therein.
But they said we would not walk therein. That's the wicked of our people. They're like, no, we'll rather listen to the false prophets, the false teachers. They're saying sweet things, smooth things, things that are well pleasing unto my ears. Verse 17. Yeah, precept. Verse 17.
Also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet.
The sound of the trumpet that we're blowing is that alarm of war, that World War III is about to happen. A civil unrest is coming to America. A great famine is coming to America. Okay?
But they said, we will not hearken.
But they said, Jake, nah, I'm gonna be partakers in this whole 4th of July. When you were in captivity during that time. Which that knowledge is waking up some of our people. You talk to some Jake, say, oh, we're not doing it. But the fact that you still having cookout, so we have the day off, so we're just gonna have a cookout. We're not doing it because of the 4th of July. But really you still sacrifice onto that idol.
Got something for you. She said that. This is Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men.
It said beware, right?
Yeah.
Watch out. Watch out.
Yep.
At least any man spoil means to rob you. Rob your mind. Of these vain, these worthless philosophies,
right.
Serving idols. Things that are not profitable unto you.
Yeah. If I may add, and then when you go into, the true definition of independence, is America's independence from Great Britain, man. But what did that have to do with you, Jakes? You know what I'm saying? What did that have to do with you? Nothing. So why you out here putting on flag outfits? Cause you got Jake still doing it, right? Sacrificing pork on the grill, committing adultery, smoking your weed. When you was in a tobacco field picking tobacco, you was in a cotton field picking cotton, or you was cutting down sugar cane.
Or you was out there in war,
Yeah.
during the war.
Yeah.
You're out there front line, they put you first.
Yep.
They show you that in the Patriot. I believe that's what the movie called, with Mel Gibson.
What's the other movie, man, with Denzel? I can't remember. They did the same thing in that one too. Glory. I believe it was Glory. Y'all brothers ain't seen Glory?
No.
It's a good movie, man.
War time.
Wow. This is Colossians 2 and 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world.
It's a tradition of men,
Yeah.
And the Lord never that's a tradition of men. The Lord never told us to celebrate the 4th of July.
Right.
Why are you celebrating your enemy's independence,
Right.
You should be celebrating. That's why when we get delivered out of America, it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth that brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth that brought the children of Israel from the land of the north.
That's right.
That's when we're gonna celebrate. Now is the time for our people to go into the house of mourning, to cry and weep for all these abominations that are being done in the midst thereof.
It says, and not after Hamashiach.
Yeah, that what the 4th of July isn't after the Lord, you know. You get Jeremiah 10.
That's the spirit I was going there. Shamar, let you get it. Jeremiah, right?
It's Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which Yahweh Bashem Yahushua speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
See, hear this word. Listen up, O house of Israel. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Go ahead.
Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, learn not the ways of the heathen.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathens. You know, it's the customs of the heathens to celebrate their independence. You see that? It's the customs of the heathens to exalt these abominable foods such as shrimp, pork, crab, lobster in their restaurants. If you go to certain resorts, say it be Disney World or or some major cities, in the hub of that city, the best restaurant is selling all type of abominable seafoods. Pork is on the menu. It's on every dish. These are the ways of the heathens we are not supposed to be learning of. Going to the barbershop, getting edge ups. These are some of the things. Getting tattoos. These are the things that smoking cigarettes. These are the things that we're not supposed to be learning from the heathen. The heathens are the so-called white man, the so-called Arabs, Chinese, Japanese, so-called Africans. Just the Hawaiians, the Samoans.
Long hair, because Jake is into that heavy.
Yeah, long hair. And I got this one J, people having long ass hair. That puts a spirit, a feminine spirit on you.
Yeah. Jake can tell you, oh, my hair longer than my woman's. But why are you bragging about that?
Yeah.
Long hair don't care, right? Oh, you finished, bro?
A
No.
little bit more.
I got a precept about that.
It says, verse 2. Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, learn not the ways of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
You remember when they had that eclipse on the East Coast, bro? Mm-hmm. The whole world, all the heathens, they were, everyone stopped working to watch it. Everyone, I kid you not. They had a beach party, everybody on the beach. Then they joked, DJ Trump looked at the sun. The only thing he was not supposed to do was look at it directly, and he did that. Showing them how foolish all these people are.
Yeah.
He basically was mocking them. What, you got your precept, bro?
Yeah, I got two.
Come on.
This is
Let me know if you got one there.
this. You got some more to it?
Oh, yeah, no, he got precept whenever.
This is Ephesians 4:17. This I say therefore,
Okay.
and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind. Going back to want to read again?
Yeah, Bible shot. Can you break it down?
Okay, I'll read it out. I'll break it down. It's Ephesians 4:17. This I say therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind. See, we're not supposed to walk after their ways, man. Their ways leads to vanity. What did you get out of celebrating a holiday that was not even for you, man? What do you get out of that, man? Or further away from your power, man. Further away from your God. And his name is not God or Jesus. All right? So how about shit down the shot? Okay? Slave patrol on the beat.
And that was Ephesians what again?
4:17. I read again. It says, this I say therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind. And look, having their understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of the Most High, ignorance that is in them because of blindness of their heart.
Yeah, that Gentile right there is talking about the Israelite foreigners. Those that didn't know they were Israelite at the time. What were they doing? They were following the ways of the heathen. So the Lord's like, don't follow your own people that are following after them. You know? They on a way up, they're on the path of darkness.
Yep.
They don't even know where they're going. They just walking around. They don't even know why they celebrating the 4th of July.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a day off, they have a cookout.
Yeah.
You know? They don't have the understanding behind it all. Valentine's Day. They don't know why they doing that.
Yep.
Just because Esau pushes it out. Flowers in the store, you know, all over. Oh, we have to buy this. We have to buy this. Just like in they show you in that movie They Live, you have the glasses on. It says buy, consume, obey. You know?
That's just witchcraft. You know. I got one more.
Yep.
Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Yeah, so we're not supposed to envy our oppressors, Esau, Edom, so-called white man.
Right.
You know? And most importantly, we're not supposed to choose none of his ways.
Right.
This is the base man of the earth. Why would we follow him?
Right.
You know? This man is drinking blood, doing all type of wickedness on the low,
Eating feces.
pedophilia,
Yep.
and you want to follow him?
Right.
You know? It's crazy.
Yep.
His idols and who he worship has to go to the Most High before they do anything for him. You know?
That's right.
We go straight to the power source. You know? To Yahweh Shai, he's our mediator to the Most High. But it all starts with this knowledge. You actually repent and turn back to the Lord.
This is Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. That was it on that.
Come on. What's up? Get on Isaiah 30 and 20. Well, you can. Just we got 1 Corinthians 12 and 2. Think about that.
Isaiah 30 and 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore.
It said, though the Lord give thee the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy eyes be removed, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore. Now is the time for the true teachers, the true prophets of Yahweh Shema Shah that come out here on the highways and byways and to proclaim the downfall of America. Now everybody's not doing this.
Right.
You know? See, we have leaders that lead by example. When King David, when he was king, where was he at? He was on the battlefield. He led by example. You see? And that's what the Lord said. The Lord set up pastors according to his heart to feed us with knowledge and understanding. They're doing the same thing we're doing. Our teachers, whether it be yesterday or today, what are they doing? They're preaching the word.
Right.
What can you say about these other Israelite groups? Where are your leaders preaching? Where are their countless of videos? Where are your videos that you got 1 million guys in the camp? Look at all those souls that was out there marching. Where are their videos?
Right.
Your eyes are supposed to see your teachers, aka the leaders of the nation of Israel, the ones who are supposed to teach you the ways of the Lord, the priests, right?
That's right. It's Isaiah 30 and 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thy eyes shall see thy teachers.
So the eyes shall see thy teachers. So I don't know what these other leaders are telling their congregation. Oh, no, don't worry about videos. Videos, that's vanity, You don't need to do videos. Those guys, Great Millstone, they tell their congregation to do video because they want views. They want this, they want that.
It's vainglory.
It's vainglory.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll teach the people, and you guys will serve the Lord, secretly,
Right.
The Lord said, come and profess your faith, to go out there in the highways and byways.
Okay.
Not to pass out flyers, but to actually preach the word, and not to
Right.
gather everybody in.
Right. Verse 21. And thy ears shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way, walk ye in it.
See, this is the way. This is the way. You see, this truth, this knowledge, this is the way. This is the answer to your problems, Jake. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Repenting. Not shaving your beard down, you know, but actually sincerely repenting, you know, not just putting fringes on your damn t-shirts. You know, it's deeper than that.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, Isaiah 30 and 21, and thy ears shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left hand.
So he says, walk ye in it, you know? Someone hold James 1 and 21.
I'll let you mark it.
Come on, go ahead and read that real quick.
Which one?
The Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1, and then go ahead, get your precept first, and then we'll read that. It's up to you, wherever you want to feel like.
This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
See what I mean? The righteous man, the elect man, they're going to be standing up in these last days. And the word they're going to have in their mouth, the words of the Lord. You know? They're going to stand up against Esau and Edom, the so-called white man. You know, because I was watching the elders last night. They made a beautiful point. Where are the leaders stand up against so-called white man, Bill Gates? How he want to put a chip in you? You know, he wants to give you this vaccine. Where is the outcry of these things that's going to come upon the earth? You know, no one is crying after this truth. You know, everyone is just content. They received their consolation. That's why. You know, but we're going to continue to cry out unto the Lord.
They crying out about BLM. Well, you should be crying about this man, like you said, trying to chip you, man. Everyone's so worried about having equal rights and, you know, the way so-called blacks are being treated in this country. That's the least of your problems. You know what I'm saying? This man's getting ready to come down with great destruction upon our people, as it tells you in Jeremiah 30 and 7, Revelation 12 and 12, like he was going into.
Yeah.
You know?
Esau wants to literally kill you. Equal rights, yeah. I'll give you equal rights. Come grab it.
Right.
You got his hand behind his back
Right.
with a knife, with a
Right.
dagger, to put you to death.
Right. You know, and like I brought out last weekend, man, you know, you want to be equal with the dog, man. But these brute beasts, that's what they are. It's what these heathens are, man. You know? We're Yasha Allah, man. We're Prince of the Power, man. You know, that makes no sense. It's like, yo, put a collar on Jake, man, and they're happy. You know what I'm saying? You want to drink from the same...
Eat the same bone.
Yeah, like, Jake, what's wrong with you, man?
All right.
Lord made us be that special people. But you want to degrade and downgrade yourself? Come on, man.
That's why people gotta get put to death.
Exactly.
It's Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness.
The righteous man being the elect man. See, the elect men, the 144,000, they're gonna be out here prophesying the downfall of America. You know, standing in great boldness, not worrying about anything but only worrying about preaching the words of the Lord. You see?
Before the face of such as have afflicted him, and have made no account of his labor.
You see, that's our people and Esau. Jake don't realize the time and labor that brothers are actually putting into this truth to do videos. You know, the countless you got brothers gotta study, brothers gotta go to work, deal with their families. You know, worry about their children. You know, pay their bills, and then squeeze in time to study, to watch videos, so they can themselves make videos that are edifying. You know,
Don't forget bodily ailments.
bodily
You're not
ailments.
feeling good, you know?
You might feel sick. Hey, brother's still doing lessons. You know,
The congregation still has to eat, you know, has to be fed.
that's in there. That's all.
I got something for you.
Come on.
This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit.
And how is he not holding his tongue? By putting the spirit on his men to come out here and to say something about it. Is
Right.
he going for, bro? You on that? Read that again.
This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
You see, wickedness has exceedingly exceedingly polluted this whole earth.
Right.
Wickedness in Esau and his philosophies, you know, his wine that he's pushed out upon the whole earth. That's why when you go to damn China, they got McDonald's.
Right.
You know?
Right.
They got GMO foods across the four corners of the earth.
Yep.
You got men lying with women lying with women. You know, men lying with men and women. You know, sodomy.
Yeah.
You got sodomy at all time high everywhere.
Love is love, man.
You had Esau put down the rainbow flag in all their military bases across the four corners of the earth. Now, what is that gonna do to that nation? You know, they see that.
That's right.
Oh, that's okay. You see, they have the flag up. That must be okay.
Yeah.
Trying to get them. When Esau does something, he has this witchcraft behind it. But it says psycho, you know?
Yeah. This is 2 Ezra 15:6. And their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness.
I mean, what? Esau's building that tab. Now it's time to pay. You know? The Lord's not holding his tongue no more. Now the Lord, just like when he sent Moses and Aaron to speak onto Pharaoh and tell him that he was going down, we're doing the same thing. We are telling this so-called white man that he's going down in great fashion. There's going to be with violence. Those with violence shall that great city of Babylon be destroyed. What's going to lead to the destruction? What's going to lead to 200 million ICBM nuclear missiles? Nothing but pain and sorrow.
That's right.
Wait till you can't feed your kids. You know?
Right.
That's when the famine comes, cannibalism's gonna come.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep.
Rioting and looting. You think where's all the food? None of these foods, these grocery stores got barely any food in them.
Right.
You know? Your apartments that you staying in, these plush apartments, they can't even hold any food.
Right.
They even send you letters not to put any food in because the refrigerator gonna break.
Yeah.
You know? So a day, 2 days,
Yeah.
you know, a day of looting. They show you in the movie Contagions, you know, they were passing out the rations. Everybody getting worried that the ration's gonna run out. They run on the truck, you know, overtake the military man. What they do? There was no more rations on the truck. Where all the food go?
Exactly.
Esau's gonna starve these people out.
Yep.
You know, and then he's gonna come with the source of his solution.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
which is that chip.
That's right. It says, 2 Ezra 15:7.
Those with the chip, you will receive an extra portion of food today.
Yeah.
Come get your chip.
Yep.
It's for your protection. We want to make sure we're tracking people, keeping people safe during these troubled times.
Yep.
Good.
Verse 7. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves.
That's why we out here.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me.
So the innocent and righteous blood is crying out unto the Lord. That's why we crying unto the Lord. We're hoping to be part of that righteous. You got all these souls that have died, and now they have gone back to the Heavenly Father, you know, and they're back in their right mind. They're crying out to the Lord as well.
Yo, when you gonna get this man?
Yeah.
You know? Shh. I got family down there. You know? Look what he did to me. You know?
Lord, I was just driving.
Right.
They had that video of that Jake and his daughter. You know, they had that. The lady looked homeless.
Right.
How the hell are you gonna listen to a homeless lady? But that's, hey.
A meth head. She's like a meth head.
Yeah. Hey, this is my car.
Right.
What you mean? But if anybody trap you in, I'm sorry, they get hit. I'm backing up. I don't see how someone in a car get trapped. You know what I mean? It just don't make no sense to me.
Yeah.
But that's how the Lord wants it to go down. Her, his daughter, she was scared.
Yeah.
Now let's say those two Jakes get put to death. Hey, when they go back to the Father, they're gonna be crying out to the Lord. You know? Look how they treated me, Lord.
Yeah.
Me and my baby girl, we was just on a stroll.
Yeah.
Esau is pursuing. He wants blood. You know what I mean? He wants your blood, Jake.
Yep.
He wants you to die.
That's right.
You got something?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish this out there.
Come on. Get Ezekiel 35.
That's all I was going
That's
to.
the spirit, yeah.
That's what I was going to.
Yeah, let Shamar read it.
Ezekiel 35 and 5.
It will start at 1. Start at the top.
Okay.
And you get Genesis 36 and 8 too.
Okay. Why don't we finish this real quick? Finish it out.
Yeah, finish that
It
out.
said, I'm gonna finish this out back in 2 Kings 15 and 7. It says, and the souls of the just complain continually.
And the souls of the just are complaining continually. So we're not gonna. The souls of the just, being the elect, are gonna constantly complain to the Lord. You know, complaining for all this abomination that are done in the midst thereof.
You said Genesis what?
36 and 8.
That's
You get Ezekiel 9 and 4 real quick, and then we'll go to Ezekiel 35.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9 and 4. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushua said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem.
Jerusalem, being the people before us a place, the people make up the city. I don't care if you have a building, city, if there ain't nobody in it. You know what I mean? It don't matter. The people make up the city. Go ahead.
Go through the midst of Jerusalem and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
The Lord said, look, best believe I'm bringing this destruction. I'm going to destroy America. I'm going to make these people in America suffer. You know? They're going to know the fury of the Lord. But those that are, because of their wickedness, but those that are sighing and crying unto me, because of the wickedness that's going on in this place, you know, set a mark upon them. You know? They don't want to be in that predicament, so I'm going to deliver them out of it. You see? They repented unto me. They're seeking me early. You know? They have faith that that I'm going to come back and destroy that place. So set a mark. That mark is to be exempt from judgment. Go ahead.
The wall.
I can't remember, bro.
And the,
Yeah.
in the Hebrew.
That's that mark of exemption.
Yeah. Because a lot of these guys get that mixed up with Mark and Revelation 13.
It's Quakline.
Yeah, that's two different marks. Yeah.
Verse 5, Ezekiel 9 and 5. And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite.
So those who are taking part in this whole 4th of July thing, you know, those who are, you know what I mean? They're just engulfed. It's deeper than that, you know? Those who are just engulfed in this wickedness. How did Jake tell me that you shouldn't be eating meat? He said, maybe in a couple of years I'll get to that, you know? If it was up to Jake, they'll wait till they're old to seek the Lord, you know? With that mindset, you know? If you ain't supposed to be doing it, why are you doing it? You know? If you believe in your heart that you're not supposed to be eating meat, then why are you eating it? You know? Jake shows no faith in anything, you know? Read it again.
Because they follow the devil.
Yeah.
You know, they took on his traits and took on his ways.
No loyalty.
Yeah.
Ezekiel 9 and 5. And to the others in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite.
Those who are down with this place, smite. Those who are down with the ways of America, the Lord is going to put you to death. Those who are going to take the chip, because ultimately if you trust in this system, you're going to trust that the chip is going to be a good thing. You know, you're going to take the chip while it's the wave. In new currency, it's going to protect you. It's going to heal you from diseases. You know, all these things, you know, just because you trust in this system. Scripture say never trust thine enemy.
And look, you can see the Lord giving out spiritual power at that time too, man. You know what I'm saying? Because look, you're going to have certain men, you know, certain elect that's going to be dealing with ailments in that day. You know what I'm saying? And what? The Lord said that he was going to keep those away from their hour of temptation. You know what I'm saying? And that's where that spiritual healing can come into play, man. You know, the Lord said the things that He did, we're going to do greater. You know, and you read about all the healing. Lord just touched people and healed them, man.
It talks about how if you put all the miracles that the Lord did, you wouldn't be able to fit it in all the books in the earth. The Lord did a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so much that it couldn't all be written down.
Right. That's
Let-
crazy.
Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
So the Lord ain't gonna have no pity upon the wicked of our people.
Yep.
And why should He? You know, Esau out here destroying the earth, and you chanting them on. You know, we don't want. We want Sodomites to have rights. You know. Well, that's good. That's good. That's what I wanted to.
Yeah.
You know.
It's all bigger. This how they're pushing that LBGT, pushing it with the Black Lives Matter. You know, trying to turn Jake into a bunch of sodomites, man.
I know, right?
You know?
Every Jake, you talk to these Jake in these high positions, they all sodomites, yo.
Yeah.
All effeminate.
Yep.
Hey, how you doing today? I don't know how they do the voice, man. I don't know if that's their real voice or they pretending. I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, how they sound like that?
Yeah. You want me to tell y'all a story?
Alright,
Okay.
any more than that, bro?
Yeah. Verse 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women.
So there's no respect of person with the Lord. You wicked, you down with America, you get put to death. Go ahead.
But come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
But don't even come near my servants, you know, that believe in me. They're out there crying about all these abominations, that want to get the hell out of America, that want America to be destroyed. Don't come near them when it's time of judgment. Go ahead.
And begin in my sanctuary. Then they began. Slacking. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
Come on, those who knew the truth. Come on, get Ezekiel 35. We can go to Esau for a little bit.
It's Ezekiel chapter
How long
30.
we going?
Wait,
I mean, how long did he say?
I thought we were doing 6 every time. Yeah, you know, they didn't say anything else, so I'm just rolling with that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ezekiel 35, verse 1. Moreover, the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir,
Go ahead.
and prophesy against it.
And that's what these other Israelite groups are not doing. We, you know, starting with our apostle and others, a great millstone, and the men on down, you know, those who believe in Yahweh by Shema Shah, say it like that, we are prophesying against Mount Seir. You know, Mount Seir being the government of Esau, you know? You know, Genesis.
This is Genesis 36. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom.
So Esau, just well, Esau in Mount Seir. You know, Esau is Edom. So when you hear Mount Seir in the scriptures,
Synonymous together.
you know, synonymous, with Esau. You know, that was his dwelling place.
Yep.
So we're prophesying against Mount Seir. We're prophesying against Esau, Edom, the so-called white man according to the Bible. That was it.
And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir.
The father of the Edomites. You see, the progenitor.
Which is the wicked.
According to the
Malachi
Bible.
1 and 4.
That's right.
So, Ezekiel 35 and 3. And he said unto it, Thus saith Yahweh power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee.
So the Lord is against America. He's against the ways and the things that America is pushing, you know, upon the earth. He's against them. So the Lord's going to stretch out his hand. He's going to take America down. Go ahead.
And I will make thee most desolate.
Go ahead.
I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate.
And how is the Lord going to do that with these ICBM nuclear missiles, you know, the weapons of his indignation that he's planning to shoot over here on America and on Israel as well. Go ahead.
And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred,
that ongoing hatred. Go ahead.
and has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Now that shedding of the blood of the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So because the so-called white man has shed the blood of the children of Israel, go ahead.
By force of the sword.
By the force of the sword, and you see that. That's why you have all these cop killings going on. And more than that, you know how long Jake's been getting killed? You know, since the inception of America. You know? What about the hundreds of millions of Israelites that died, you know, on the transatlantic slave trade? When they ran out of slaves because they was killing them and trading them off, that they had to go get Jake from the west coast of Africa. You know? What about all those countless of people that died? You know? And now all of a sudden it's big in the news about cop killings. You know how long Jake been getting killed by the cops? You know? Kidnapping. You know? Yeah, that one Jake killed a dude because he thought he stole his Xbox, his PS4. You know? That one Jake that died.
And thou hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
The Lord's chosen people. You know, you literally killed the Lord's chosen people. Get Revelation 13. Okay, bro.
It says, by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity,
Yep.
in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Yeah, so there was supposed to come a point where we served our captivity under you, that you were supposed to let us go. But Esau increased it. You know? After post-slavery, that's when a lot more of the lynchings were coming on. You know? A lot more of the killings. You want to say something?
Yeah, that's when they started to form that police. That police patrol goes back to slave patrol, man. You know?
Yeah.
You know, when they had to let Jake go, pretty much. You know, it was just in them, man. They had to fulfill prophecy, man. You know? See, our iniquity had an end at one point, right? But then Esau just couldn't let us go, man. You know? And they pursued us after slavery, man.
It's an F that.
Yeah. You know?
I'm not satisfied just yet.
Yeah. Do your research.
What do you mean? You know all the Redskins you killed? You know? All those people, you're not satisfied yet? No, I'm not satisfied.
Right, yeah. What
No.
did Teddy Roosevelt say? The only good Indian's a dead Indian, man. And this dude was a president, man.
And alright?
You know?
They idolize this guy.
Yeah.
It's funny because every time they talk about, you got men like Andrew Jackson and George Washington, you know.
Indian killer.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Well, she would rather we say Israelite killer, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
You got something? Come. Keep reading Ezekiel, bro.
You going to Revelation 13?
Yeah, go ahead and get that.
It's Revelation 13 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Go ahead.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
So he that leaveth the children of Israel into slavery is going to go into slavery. That's the judgment. It don't get any clearer than that. You see?
Yep.
You lead the Lord's chosen people into slavery, well, the Lord is going to deliver them out of slavery and make you their slaves.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
So he that killeth with the sword, the judgment for that is to be killed by the sword. Yahweh Shai told Peter, he that liveth by the sword shall die by the sword.
Yep.
You know? And that's what Esau is doing. Esau lives by the sword. That's how he's ruling the earth right now, with his sword.
Yeah. It says, here's the patience and faith of the saints.
So the saints being the elect, you know? the elect of the nation of Israel, this is what we're, patiently waiting for. That the vengeance that's going to come from the Lord upon our enemies, upon Esau, Edom. We're not looking for equal rights. We're not looking for reparations from Esau.
Right.
We're looking for a recompense from Yahweh Shema Shai.
Right. Got precept.
You got it.
2 Maccabees 1:28. Punish them that oppress us and with pride do us wrong.
Read it again.
The 2 Maccabees 1:28. Punish them that oppress us and with pride do us wrong.
Yeah, it said punish them that oppress us.
Yep.
That's what we asking the Lord, to punish them that oppress us. Esau is oppressing us.
Look, over 400 or 500 years. Where's that tithe? The tithes have been paid yet, man. Where's the recompense of slavery, post-slavery, up to now? Where's the karma? It hasn't came yet, man.
Right. Why do I have to pay taxes? I thought it was 3/5 of a human being.
Right. Right. That don't even make sense, man. You see how low level this devil is, man? You're 3/5 of a person. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? It makes no sense.
Alright.
But yet this man is ruling, man. Shows you we really went off, man, as a people. The Lord put the basis of men over us, man.
Does that mean two of us have a more saying than one of you?
Right.
Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Cool, man.
Read it again.
Yep. 2 Maccabees 1:28. And this is all written in the Bible of recompense, of payback. And that's why these devils can't sleep at night, man. That's why these sleazy E's, these so-called white people can't sleep at night. They know a judgment is coming back to them, man. And it's all written in the scriptures. It's all written in the Bible, man. Payback is coming, man. And the sweet thing about it, our Lord and Savior is going to be the ones to get the payback first, man. This is 2 Maccabees 1:28. Punish them that oppress us and with pride do us wrong, man. They don't think twice about killing the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, man. They get paid vacations, right?
Yo, because when they get administrative leave, if you look up, does anyone look up definitions?
Right.
When you look that up, it tells you they get paid leave.
Exactly.
They get paid not to work.
Exactly.
It's not like they're fired,
See something.
which I thought was pretty funny. They fired Jake. They fired Jake quick without administrative leave, but they get administrative leave. All right, you know what? Just taking you off the schedule.
Yeah.
But you're still gonna get paid.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you still gonna get those benefits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's like, all right, cool, administrative leave.
Yeah.
Round of applause. We got him out the streets where he's oppressing people.
Yeah. And Esau took advantage of it so much that now they're really having to crack down on it. There was a cop in Connecticut. He was what did he say? It was a bunch of it was Jake. It was black and Latino, right? And he was saying how don't run because he's feeling trigger happy. You know what I'm saying? And they had to suspend him, but he was like, you know what? I don't want to lose my job over you. I don't want to sell my nice house, and I don't want to sell my car, move, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, to the point now, even he has to think twice because so much is happening now, man.
You're being held accountable.
Yeah.
Hey, like in that movie, Fight Club. He was like, look, we're the ones who makes your food for you. We do this, we do that, so you better watch out.
Right. Right.
Oh shit.
That was
what that bus reminded me of.
Oh.
We chop your produce, better watch out.
I know, right? That was it on that.
We're still got Ezekiel 35.
Okay, yeah.
Well, he got a precept. You got something?
Yeah, this is Obadiah, verse 9. and thy mighty men of Timon shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
See, every one of you Edomites is going to be cut off by slaughter. You wanted to slaughter the nation of Israel, now you are going to be slaughtered. You see? He that diggeth a pit shall fall therein. You know? The same trap same goal that you have to push upon your agenda on the Israelites is going to come upon you. You're going to be cut off. This man literally wants the birthright back. The only way he's going to get it if he slaughters the whole nation of Israel. So what? The Lord's going to slaughter your whole nation. He's going to cut you off from being the people.
Yeah. This man's such a degenerate, man. Like, he tried to slaughter the natives, right? And then on top of that, he slaughtered all the bison, man. He tried to make the bison go extinct because that's something that that was a major food source for us, man. As far as food and, you know, as far as making weapons and clothing and things of that nature, this man slaughtered as many bison as he could. What sense does that make, man? You know what I'm saying?
Look, if I'm not allowed to stay here, you're gonna starve.
Right.
This man's a child.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This type of dude at the party, the cake get damn. There's no more cake left. He start knocking the cake out of other people's hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, yo. I can't have it. You can't have it. What you mean, yo?
It's my party. I can cry if I want to. That's Esau, man. Esau said, "You will cry too if it happened to you."
Right. You didn't have any cake, you wouldn't be smiling.
Right. If you didn't have the birthright, you'd be crying.
Now we got the birthright.
There you go. There you go. Starting up already.
It's fireworks.
Fireworks, man.
It's crazy.
Verse 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob,
Because of your violence. Someone look at that word violence. I'll look it up.
That doesn't sound like anything nice to me.
Excuse me.
Violence. If it's happening to you, it don't sound like anything nice.
Because violence. Behavior involving physical force intended to hurt, damage, or kill someone or something. Because your violence, because your physical force that you've used in the intent to harm the nation of Israel, thy brother, you know what I mean? But now, is not Esau Jacob's brother? That's why the Lord set by Esau and chose Jacob, you know? Well, it says now it works. It was just because that's how the Lord wanted it to be. But look at the works that's coming from this so-called white man.
verse
I got
10.
something.
Go ahead.
This is Genesis 27 and 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessings wherewith his father blessed them. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand.
Man, didn't Esau just get his blessing?
Right.
Yo, it's crazy.
Right.
Yo,
Matter of fact,
Esau,
let's read it.
You just got your blessing.
Right.
Yo, you mad.
Right.
Yo, damn. Esau, Jacob got the better blessing.
Right. Got the
You
better
know?
deal. Yeah.
But it's like, dude, you just got your blessing.
Right.
That's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
You got it.
This is Genesis 27 and 28. I saw 37. Isaac answered and said to Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son?
Yeah, like, what do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want now? I gave him everything.
Right.
The Lord wanted him to be the chosen, you know? That's
Right.
how it is.
That's right. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. As Esau lifted up his voice and wept. So he was crying his ass off.
Yeah, Hebrews 12:16.
It says, and Isaac his father answered and said to him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
Look, I'm going to give you a blessing.
Yeah.
You know? Your dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. And know we got that? And in this time, you know, like anyone with common sense, you think like, okay, well, he got the fatness of earth. Let's see if he can prove himself. You know, you got a kid that you might get in trouble. You might
Right.
give him something. Let's see how he takes care of this.
Yeah.
But in this time when he had the earth,
Yeah.
he spent his whole time destroying it.
Yeah, he ruined it.
Showing that this is why you didn't get the birthright in the first place.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Of course, you know, it's all the election, you know, but he's showing that he's unfit to rule the earth.
That's right. That's right. It says, in Isaac, verse 39, his father answered and said to him, Behold, and look, it says, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. Now here, this shows you the Bible is faithful and true. Why is it that Esau can go anywhere on the earth and set up shop and be living in the most lavish places? Look at the Caribbean, for example. Esau can go to the Caribbean and have a fat crib, go and do whatever he wants there, but the people, the inhabitants, the Israelites of that island can't, man. That was Esau's blessing, man. You know? It says, and the dew of the heaven from above, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and thou shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass.
It said, by thy sword shalt thou live.
Yep.
That's why Esau slaying everybody.
That's how he took over.
That's how he took over the whole earth.
Yep.
By the sword. By the force of the sword. But there's a judgment for that. In your blessing, there's also a curse.
That's right.
You know? Because there's a judgment for living by the sword.
That's right. It says, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off his neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand.
Yep.
Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
As soon as my pops die, I'm going to go kill my brother. You know?
Yep.
It's crazy.
And he still has that in his mind, in his heart today, man. Going back to Ezekiel 35:5, well, he finished it out, right?
Oh, no, it's a little bit more.
Oh, Salakia.
Yeah, going back to Ezekiel 35.
Yeah.
Like he's going to say.
Going to Hebrews.
Yeah, Hebrews, we'll
Yes.
get Ezekiel 35 since he called it.
Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Yasha'Allah by the force of the sword
Go ahead.
in the time of their calamity, in the time of their, at the time that their iniquity had an end.
Go ahead.
Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh power.
It tells you in Deuteronomy 32 and 40, the Lord lift up his hand to heaven. He said he lives forever.
Yeah.
So this ain't going to change. As he lives, go ahead.
I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
Meaning what? That same energy that you putting out on the children of Israel to slay them is going to be put back onto you.
Yep.
Scripture say, they shall know my vengeance by the hand of my people Israel.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Sif thou hast
Yes.
seest.
Yes.
Seest thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Esau was no, he was no, he didn't care about how much blood he was shedding, you know, and see if you didn't, even care about that, blood's gonna pursue you.
Yep.
He wasn't hesitant, that's the word I was looking for, he wasn't hesitant when it came to shedding the blood of the Israelites. He was with it.
They get off on that, man.
Yeah.
You know?
They were, woo!
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It excites them.
It excites them,
Yeah.
you know? You had it's funny you had the cop, they show you the video of the riots going on when he was pepper spraying everybody. It's like, you see them run? Did you see them run? God, I got their ass.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He was getting off on it.
Yeah.
He was like, this is what we've been waiting for. He was used to beat them up beside their heads, you know?
Yep.
Okay.
It says, verse 7, thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth.
The Lord gonna cut Esau from off from being a nation. You know? Yeah.
And I will fill his mountains with his slain men, and thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword.
So nothing but death and destruction is coming for you so-called white people. Go ahead.
And I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Yeah, you're gonna know that the Lord did this, you know? Because the prophets are telling you that the Lord's about to do this destruction. You're gonna know the vengeance and judgments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua soon come.
It's Isaiah 40, finish. 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
See, prepare slaughter for his children, you know? Because they are their forefathers coming back in the reincarnation.
Yep.
Prepare slaughter for them. Prepare the time for when they are going to get put to death and be judged. You know?
That's It's Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. That which have been is now.
But that's the pride of Esau right there.
Right.
You know? And we gotta come and out and show our American flag. You know? The red, white, and
Brighten
the
the
blue.
screen up.
We still got a little bit more. We'll bring that up next.
That's Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. That which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been. And the Most High required that which is past.
Go ahead.
It says, and moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there,
Go ahead.
and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
Yeah, so right here under the sun on the planet Earth is where you're gonna have to pay for those sins which have passed.
Yep.
Your judgment. It's gonna play out right here on the planet Earth. That's how you know the kingdom of heaven is gonna be on Earth.
That's right.
You know? Not in some floating cloud in some other dimension. You know, it's gonna be right here.
Okay.
You know?
Got one more.
Okay.
Leviticus 25 and 44. It says, both bondmen and bondmaids which thou shalt have shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. So just like they did us, we're going to do it to them.
That's right.
You know? They sold us on auction blocks and shipped us off to all parts of the world. The same thing's going to happen to them, man. But it's going to be, in galaxies, man. You know? Twofold gun. You know?
I mean, twice as hard. You
Yeah.
know? Twice as long. It's gonna be serious.
We may be born on Earth, but never see it again.
That's
maybe,
right.
Maybe somewhere on Jupiter or something.
We're gonna take you from your parents.
Yeah.
Right? We might cut the damn babies right out the womb.
They
know?
did it to us.
That's right. That's how the Lord wanted to go down for sure.
Well, the scriptures say that happy shall thou be when I take thy little ones and dash them up against the stones.
That's right.
If we paraphrase it.
My mind should meditate terribly.
That too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was it.
Kind of brother got a little bit more Obadiah.
Yeah.
You get that numbers.
Fine.
This is Obadiah, verse 10.
You get Genesis 26.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
See, shame is covering this devil now. You know? This is all going to lead to the destruction of America and him being cut off forever. But it doesn't end with the destruction of America. You know? Wait, there's more. You know? Esau has to go and serve slavery. Just as we build up his walls in his kingdom, he's going to have to build up our gates and our walls. You know? He's going to work hard too. You know? This is the judgment that Yahweh Shema Shai has prescribed for the Edomites. They're going to, at the end, they're going to be cut off. You know, there's no saving the Edomites, you know? He saw it carefully with tears. He wanted his blessing so bad he got it. Ruling the earth by the force of the sword, you know? He couldn't accept that Jay got the birthright.
That's right.
Hebrews 12. This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. It says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau.
See, lest there be any fornicator and profane person as Esau. This man is the biggest fornicator, you know, profane, going outside the temple. This man, his whole way of life is things that are solely contrary on ways of the Bible. You know? It's almost as if this man has all the laws written out, you know, on a big ass board, you know, and then just did the opposite. That's the way Esau lives his life, you know? Go ahead. And Esau, being a so-called white man, go ahead.
Who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
See, he sold his birthright, and then he's over here crying for the blessing. Dude, the you know, those with the birthright get the blessing.
Right.
What you mean you sold it? You know? You're here just because Isaac didn't know about the deal that y'all made, you know? This man sold his birthright.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, for ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherit the blessing, he was rejected.
See, he didn't come out straightforward and say, you know, I sold the birthright to Jacob. He's supposed to get it. No, this man try to still get it.
Right.
What do you mean?
Still trying to get it.
Hey, you know, Dad, I know you want me to go get this morsel of meat for you and all that cooked for you, so you know, so you can bless me. But you know, actually, Jacob, I should have told you this a long time ago. Jacob, you know, I sold my birthright to him. He got it. You
Right.
know.
Right.
But Esau, he was like, oh, wait, Jacob don't know? He tried to steal the birthright, you know what I mean? Then he tried to play the innocent card. You know, saw him carefully with tears. Yeah?
He said he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance.
So the Edomites can't repent, you know?
Yeah.
Look, the Edomites are the Lord's people cursed for judgment. Simply the reason why they put on this earth to the Lord create all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil, to show what wickedness were in this last days, you know? To give Jake a foot in there behind, you know, so that we may understand what it is to live in the wicked kingdom, you know? What it is, what happens when we go against the Lord, and that Esau may build up our kingdom. You got, yeah.
Though he saw it carefully with tears.
Though he saw it carefully with tears, this man found no place for repentance. That was it? The brother got something.
Alright, this is from the Compact Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Right? It says Edom. Alright, let's get to the point here. Alright, it says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgments. Right? See notably Isaiah 34:5 and 6 and 6. Yep.
Isaiah 34 and 5, bro.
And Isaiah 63 and 1.
Nah, Isaiah 63 and 5.
Yep. It says.
Read it here from the top.
Yep. This is the Bible Dictionary, the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, right? And it says Edom, which is the Edomites, right? The so-called white man. Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures, the Bible.
He figures prominently.
I know, right? The way they worded it.
In the prophetic scriptures,
Right.
I mean, what the scriptures, they understand that the book is full of prophecies,
Yep.
things that are going to happen,
Exactly.
that were told aforetime.
Good. It says, Edom figures prominently in the scripture.
And that's where he fits in.
Yep.
Go ahead.
His role in the movie. In the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments.
As a scene of great future judgments. I mean, every time you go into the Bible, you read about the Edomites, it speaks of judgment.
Right.
You know?
Hey, look. It says, see notably Isaiah 34:5 and 6, Isaiah 63 and 1.
We can get those now.
Well, let me read this real fast.
Okay, come on.
It says, she is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from God.
Yeah, so she's the only. It's a she, right?
Yeah.
It says she is the only neighbor of the Israelites. You know, of all the other nations on the earth, Edom is the only one that's not any promise of mercy from the Most High.
Right.
Everyone else, after they serve their captivity, they're gonna get their lands back.
Yep.
You know, they're gonna go back to living their lives.
And they're going to serve you how about you?
That's right. The true power.
That's right.
It said, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right.
And after we get done sticking both feet up there behind,
Yep.
they're gonna be rejoicing. You know?
Proverbs 29 and 2 tell you that.
That's right. You got it, bro?
So Isaiah 35.
Or Isaiah 34 and 4?
Isaiah 34, verse 5 and 6.
5 and
said.
6, verse 5 and 6.
This is Isaiah 34, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
On that sword, talking about the ICBM nuclear missiles, that heaven meaning what? It goes out into the atmosphere and comes back down upon the earth. Go ahead.
Yep.
Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
Idumea is the Greek way of saying Edom.
Yep.
You see? And they understood that, you know, when they were writing that Bible Combat Zonner Dictionary. You know? Go ahead.
And upon the people of my curse to judgment.
So the Lord's curse, the cursed people, the Lord hath made his chosen people on the earth. He's made a cursed people on the earth, and it's the Edomites.
There goes the balance.
There goes the balance. You see? That's right, bro. You got the average, you got the above average, and you got the basis.
Yep.
You know?
The sword, verse 6, the sword of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness.
So the Lord got a sacrifice for the Edomites, you know? And they the sacrifice. Go ahead.
And with the blood of the lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams, for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua have sacrificed Basra, have sacrificed,
Have the sacrifice.
Have the sacrifice.
for the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
And a great slaughter.
Going back to Isaiah 14. Prepare slaughter for his children.
That's right, yeah.
You know?
And those that make it, those who, I said the Edomites that are in America, because those are the ones who are going to make it, you know, starting with their kings.
Yeah,
But you got
kings.
Edomites everywhere,
Yeah.
you know, but remember, you know, a lot of people are going to die. The famine ain't just going to affect America.
Right.
You know, the civil unrest ain't just going to affect. So you're going to have a lot of Edomites dying in different places. You know, America's going to shoot their missiles off and kill some of their own people. You got Edomites, they looking like other nations too. You know, you got, look, there's a big,
Like Moabites.
yeah, a big,
Ammonites.
big melting pot. But everything is, the reapers are going to come
Yep.
and put everything back in order.
Yep.
You know? Guys, 86:3:1. And if you don't have anything, we'll pray out.
This is Isaiah chapter 63, verse 1. Who is who is this that cometh?
Genesis 9:6.
Actually, get that now?
Okay. This is Genesis chapter 9, verse 6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of the Most High made he man.
Exactly. So if you shed someone's blood, the judgment for that is for you to get put to death.
That's right.
You know, that's the balance. Isn't that fair, though? You know what I mean? A trial? No, I mean, just put him to death.
Yeah.
You know? He
Yeah.
meditated murder. He thought about killing my child.
Yeah.
Just put him to death. He's sick in the mind. You know, the Lord said, be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
But Esau has concocted this whole, you know what I mean? It's like this man's a witch and he got the pot, he just stirring things up, and it's a potion to kill Jake.
Yeah.
You got it?
It's Isaiah 63 and 1.
I know, right? It's crazy, yo.
So Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is this man? I mean, who is this that cometh from Edom?
Yeah, the Lord said he's not gonna meet you as a man.
That's right.
It says, who is this that coming from Edom? Edom is the progenitor of Esau, Edom, so-called white people. Go
Yeah, we read
ahead.
it in Genesis.
Yeah.
You know?
Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra?
With dyed garments, what is his garments are gonna be dyed, you know?
Yep.
Of course, it's, you know, this is so you can imagine it, you know? Get some understanding. Go ahead.
Symbolically.
You know, Yahweh ain't nothing. Yahweh Shai, come on, yo.
Right.
Yo, come on, yeah.
This that is glorious in his apparel,
Meaning what? Go ahead.
traveling in the greatness of his
So
strength,
who is this coming from Basra, traveling on the chariots of Israel?
Yep.
You know, and it says with his dyed garments from Basra. I mean, what? So much blood. You know, it's gonna. You know, it's as if he's got blood all over his garment. That's how much blood he's gonna be shedding of the Edomites.
Yep.
Go ahead.
this that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength,
Go ahead.
that I speak in righteousness.
I that speak in righteousness. Yep.
I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and in thy garments like him that treadeth the winepress?
Yeah, his garments is
Wine fat.
The wine fat, you know? Because what? When you want to make wine, what do? They show you in some movies, you know what I mean? They get the grapes, they be stomping on them, and they be rolling up everything. And it's as if the Lord, he went to go stomp the grapes and he got all over his garment.
Yep.
You know? That's symbolic to how much blood the Lord is going to be shedding of the Edomites.
He's killing.
How much killing he is going to be doing, you know? And right, they're worthy of this judgment. That's why the Lord is going to bring upon them. The Lord is a right and just power. So the things that he's bringing upon the Edomites, they deserve it.
It tells you that in 2 Thessalonians, the first chapter. You know, seeing as a righteous thing to recompense tribulation to those that troubled you. And who has troubled us as the top nation, man? And the top enemy, Esau, Edom.
Right. Trouble us to death. You sick, calling you. Where you at? Yo, supposed to be at the job.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sick right now. Nah, you're supposed to be here, yo. Where you at?
Yeah.
You want that?
Verse 3, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me.
Yep.
For I will tread them in my anger,
Yep.
and trample them in my fury.
You know what? The Lord's coming back angry.
Yep.
You know? The Lord said, behold, every eye shall see me, even those who pierce me.
Yep.
So when the Lord's coming back, and he's coming back to bring judgment. When it spoke about when these other nations seen the Son of Man coming, they trembled. They were scared. You know? That's how fierce and how much power the Lord's coming back with.
It's like Ezra 13, right?
Yeah. In Matthew 24.
Yeah.
And in their and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments.
See, if you didn't get the reference earlier of the wine, you stepping on grease being symbolic, the Lord is breaking it down to you even further. Their blood, the Edomites, is going to be sprinkled upon my garment. Go ahead.
And I will stain all my raiment, for the day of vengeance is in my heart.
What? The Lord wants to come back more than us, The Lord wants this thing to come back bad. The day of vengeance burneth in his heart,
More than we do.
Yeah, he wanted more than we do, He's the one that was humiliated when he was down here on this earth, you know? He's the one that had to go through the sufferings of the cross,
Yeah.
you know? The Lord really went through. The Lord called hell last time he was on the earth, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I say it in a physical form, you know? So he's ready to come back and bring death and destruction upon Edom and 2/3 of his own people,
Yep.
you know?
And the year of my redeemed is come.
That's it on that.
Yeah, man. Round with that one.
Count, you know. But Lord's willing, it's been a beautiful weekend. You know, prophesying the downfall and total annihilation of this wicked, simple kingdom called America. You know, before we go any further, we give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son.
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, for teaching us the 1% truth according to the Bible. You know, showing us the true and right path to walk in these last days. And peace and blessings to hopefully the nation of Israel. Next time we say Shalom.
Shalom.